What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Matthew Spear, Olivia Spear,
hello,
and Amy Robinson are all in the house. Amy, welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show.
Hi, guys. I have no sound in my headphones, just FYI.
That's an easy fix. Go ahead and... How does that sound right there?
Perfect.
Is it too loud?
It's a little loud.
Okay, tell me now.
That's good. Perfect. Thank you.
Outstanding. My pleasure. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the things you would expect. Iran will be a little bit of the conversation. NATO with Donald Trump. A jihadist socialist wins the New York primary. And I'm here to tell you a tale of caution that is going to be extreme, because if we see Oregon, California, Colorado, and New York, four of very prominent states, move to a socialist model, we are in deep trouble. We're going to talk about that tonight. We've got some transgender stuff, transitioning children in the news, a whole bunch of other stuff. Do me a favor. Let's share the hell out of this. Let's get more than we had last night. 1,500. We were number one on Twitter for a while. We'll be right back. 3 minutes. Hey, Terry King. Thanks for lurking. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well.
Hey everybody, it's T.S. Dixon, author of The Woke Mind Viruses. And I want to tell you that I'm pleased to be part of The Dumb Show, the Don't Unfriend Me show that you can find every weeknight at 7 p.m. on social media at The Dumb Show or on their website, thedumbshow.com. See you there.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. As I stated earlier, I hope everyone's doing well. Phone lines are officially open if you want to call in. Good to have everybody here. Let's try to get some new callers this evening. 276-200-2105. You have some questions, you want to say something, you want to yell at Amy. All those things are completely legal. Thank you, Sweet Pea. Liv.
Yes.
Show off the Don't Unfriend Me cups.
Oh, yes. Amy can too.
Yeah, let's see. We'll go to Amy. There's Amy, the Don't Unfriend Me show. You got to turn, rotate the other way, other way, and The blue and red. The blue and red. It's only white. Keep going. Go to the beginning. Go to the beginning. Go. Keep going. Keep turning. Keep turning.
There you go.
There's the symbol. There's a little itty bitty bit of color. There it is. The Don't Unfriend Me show official.
Oh, I can totally understand why she's confused.
It's okay. It throws. I know everything's backwards. It throws you off. But we're really excited. These are going to be in prominent display. I also ordered some mugs today, so when we get to the winter season, we can get some coffee. I wish I could tell you to go to the Don't Unfriend Me show. Well, I did, but yeah, I guess not everybody got to them because they sold out like that. Like we are sold out of every color. We will be getting black and white, but as of right now, they are sold out. They're metal straws, which is great, so you can really shove it right up a Democrat's disposition.
Sounds awesome.
2 more books for T.S. Dixon. We sold 8 of them in less than 24 hours. They're $10. There's 2 left. They will go back. They will go up to $24.95 when we're done. We're selling them for $10 because I'm trying to help TS out a little bit and get him some recognition. So 8 are sold. Trust me when I say this. This book is incredible. It's right behind Olivia right now, and there are 8 available.
Oh, I'm getting good at that.
The woke mind viruses, and so it's pretty amazing. So if you have not had a chance, please go over there and take a look. Listen, listen. Can I say something to everybody? Amy is a critical person, and she's very critical of herself. And first of all, she's gorgeous. Second of all, the problem that I have is that every time she's on, goal literally is like pulling teeth, and she's starting to take it personal.
It's true.
She's already having a bad night, and if we don't hit goal early, I just think this might be the day that she goes home and stuffs a box of Entenmann's under each arm and just completely demolishes her life.
Yeah.
So folks, please, if we're going to donate and you're like, you know what, I'm going to hold out and I'm going to tease, I wouldn't do that. Her psyche is very fragile, and literally it's been every show for like 3 months where it has been a freaking struggle to hit goal. Let's not be tonight. So if you have an opportunity and you want to donate, now is the time. You can go to thedumbshow.com/donate and help Amy's psyche, which is in desperate need of your help.
It's very true. I need therapy.
It's good stuff. Let's get right into it, shall we, everybody?
Yes.
So I want to show you a video. And then I went ahead and I wrote a little bit down and went into my handy dandy Constitution, which you can actually get on thedumbshow.com as well, which is a beautiful rendition, which is done by the Library of Congress. And it is amazing. If you haven't seen it, just go over to thedumbshow.com, type in Constitution, you'll see it. But this is an interesting little thing here because there is a very large question. Donald Trump is saying, I am going to go ahead and limit Congress and their ability to receive classified information. So the question is to everybody, does the President of the United States have the power to limit the scope of intelligence that the Congress can actually receive? Let's make our predictions before I read the sacred envelope. Olivia, what do you think? Does the President of the United States have the ability to limit Congress? That's Amy. I'll remember.
Well,
I would think yes.
Why do you think yes?
Because I don't think Congress is privy to as much information as the president.
Okay.
And also, if you're not on a specific committee, I don't think you should have information unless it's for your committee.
I agree. That makes sense to me. Amy, your thoughts on this whole thing?
yeah, I agree with all of that. I think I'm not sure the answer, but I feel like he should have the permission to do that. Again, it should be all about the scope of their business. It shouldn't be just carte blanche. They get all classified information. That seems risky, especially with the people in our government.
Yeah, our current government.
Yeah.
And there is a process that we've all heard called need to know. So, but is it applicable here?
I would hope.
Since oversight is their job, let's listen to this video and then we can talk a little bit about it and go from there. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Do that. Twitter is really slow right now and everything else is doing okay. We're over 100, but let's crush it. Come on, Twitter people. Let's get the sharing out there. Here's the video. Take a listen.
So we Got some breaking news here. This comes from our producer, Pat Ward, on Capitol Hill. A White House official confirms to Fox that the Trump administration plans to limit sharing classified information with Congress after someone leaked that internal assessment of Saturday's bombings of Iran's nuclear facilities. The suggestion, I mean, if you were to read between the lines there, is that the leak came from Congress. What do you think about the White House limiting the sharing of classified information with members of Congress?
Well, I think those who are on the intelligence, national security related committees like myself should have access to classified information. It's been very strong, piece through strength, that if you don't comply, we're willing to bomb you again. And I think that's a very strong message.
So we got some breaking news here. This comes from our producer, Pat Ward, on Capitol Hill. A White House official.
So the question is, can the President of the United States limit the amount of classified information to Congress specifically? Because we understand the Department of Justice can do that. And there are specific groups that are designed to control the ebbs and flows of information coming in and out of Washington, D.C. Usually clearances are done by the DIS, Defense Investigative Services. Then the Criminal Investigative Division will actually go out and do the SSBIs. When you're talking about the level of government, it's usually the Attorney General, which has the ability to recommend to the DOJ removal of security clearances. But here's what the Constitution says, and I wrote it down because it's important for us to get this right, and then we'll have a discussion. Yes, the president can limit classified information to Congress, and this authority is grounded in both the Constitution and established legal precedents. So I've looked up a few of the precedents, and I've also referred to the Constitution of the United States. The constitutional authority resides under Article 2. The president is the commander-in-chief and holds broad authority over national security and foreign affairs, which include control over classified information. Courts have consistently affirmed that the president has the ultimate authority to classify and declassify information, which would be under the secret and the confidential stasis. The moment you move into top secret, that's a little bit different. He has the power, but he has to go through the processes of redaction, which will be done by the founding source of information and any intelligence agencies that have been in thereunto the collection of the aforementioned intel. So if there's an FBI, CIA, and NIA collection status and security systems that have been used, and it's a multifaceted collection effort, they would all have the opportunity to redact pertinent information that would protect their sources. Once that's done, the president can go ahead and declassify that information on a whim. Executive privilege and need to know. This is one we've heard from Top Gun. You know, I can tell you, but I'd have to kill you. While Congress has oversight responsibilities, it does not have an automatic right to all classified info. The executive branch can restrict access based on need to know, especially in matters of national security, covert ops, ongoing military actions. The president may invoke executive privilege. The president may invoke executive privilege to withhold certain information from Congress, particularly when revealing it could risk national security or intelligence sources. And this is most assuredly the case because there is a leak. A fundamental flaw is a human flaw and one of the toughest operational security loopholes to fill, because human loose lips sink ships, right? Mm-hmm. It's not loose servers sink ships. It's not, loose paper trails sink ships. It's not stray satellites sink ships. It's loose lips, which means there's a human element to it. Third, this is the one where most people don't know, which is called statutory framework. And I had to actually go back into my old SSBI and go into the safe upstairs and read some of this. But statutory framework is from the National Security Act of 1947. They require some sharing of intelligence with the Gang of Eight, which I've mentioned several times on this show. This is congressional leadership and intel committee heads. But even then, the president may limit disclosure to only the Gang of Eight or fewer in extraordinary circumstances. Judicial president cases, this is also another one I did a study on in the University of Wyoming, or Eastern Wyoming College, such as Department of Navy versus Egan, which was 1988. And this was right before I joined the military, a few years before. They reaffirmed the president has broad unilateral authority over national security information and personnel with access to it. So now we know. So the question is that the president can limit information. And even though Congress right now is flipping out and they're saying this is against the Constitution, this is a breach of the Constitution, democracy, he's stealing our democracy, the orange Nazi's doing it again. He's actually has precedent to do so, and he has the ability to do so. So the question is this far enough? Do we not only, if Congress is involved with leaking information, is this a step too far, or is it not far enough? Far enough would be jail time. Far enough would be investigations, indictments, removal of security clearance and position, and send them back to the state packing. Amy,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts?
I think we need to do more as a country. I think there should be a lot more punishment. Not only are they leaking information that's critical, but there's a lot of misinformation or disinformation. I don't know the definition of both of those, but there's a lot of things that are coming out in the media that are just completely false, fake news. So I think it's detrimental to the American public. Sometimes we have to wait and filter the information. And if they're putting out classified documentation or classified information that we shouldn't know yet, to avoid panic, to avoid, all the craziness that we've been dealing with, absolutely should be completely prosecuted, investigated, all of it. I think they should lose their seat. I have no sympathy for that. You should know better as an elected official. Like, have some discretion, and some diplomacy. Like, don't be an idiot.
Liv, what do you think? You've been having some coffee table discussions when we're watching the news, and you've come up with a few ideas. What are your thoughts on this?
I absolutely think investigations need to happen, jail time if needed. I mean, you and Leroy have said multiple times, if I would have said this, I'd be in Leavenworth for the rest of my life. And you were just an intelligence analyst. Sorry.
Don't discredit what we did.
You're an intelligence. Okay.
Yeah, let's not make it sound like it's an everyday thing.
You weren't a congressperson.
If SEALs are physical, ISs are mental.
Yes.
So it's as difficult. It's the hardest training outside of nuke tech, and nuke tech, they come prepared. So they have that skill set because they know the math, they know the physics, and they test for it. So to them, it's fairly rudimentary. Intelligence, you don't train for it. You're either born with it or you're not. And I can say that because I've seen the people. I'm sorry, I'm not being sensitive. I'm just saying, just an intelligence analyst is like saying you're just a mom.
I apologize.
You're just a mom. That's all you do.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I apologize.
I know. Tuner's like, ouch. I'm like, yeah, no shit. And then Bubba's like, damn, Liv. Sorry. Everybody's like, whoa, dude, just an intelligent.
Reeling it back. Sorry.
We were a janitor. Go ahead. It's okay.
Yeah. So I think these people are elected, and with the way they've been acting right now, they're influenced by outside money. They're influenced by votes.
Right.
And so they're going to say whatever they think their constituents want to hear to get reelected. And if that means making the orange man look even worse than he is and leaking something from his cabinet, then yes. And I'll take it a step further. I think every senator and congressperson needs to be born in the country. I think it needs to be like the president.
Ooh.
Having the fact that Ilhan Omar is saying this is the worst country in the entire world. We are a horrible country, and she's in our government. She should not be in our government.
I absolutely agree.
I think if the president has to be born on U.S. soil, then I think every Congress person and every senator should have to be born on U.S. soil, because they are so high up in the echelons of government and have so much power over our government that they need to stop having these outside influences. I mean,
totally agree.
Ilhan Omar came in with she came in with agenda. She came in to turn people against us. Yeah. She came to turn us into another Somalia. Don't know why, but she did. So I think these people needed to be out. And I understand your local government, your mayors, your governors, stuff like that. I get it. But it would be really nice if anyone in government was born here. And I understand we're a nation of immigrants, but I think we're past the point of having people, it's everyone new. I think we're on multi-generations of people here I think there's enough people that have been born here that
Well, you just keep banging the table.
Sorry, I'm talking with my hands.
It's okay. I know, but it's like bam, bam, bam in my ear.
So
You're on a roll. Just
yes.
stop moving your hands.
So that's what I think.
What
That's
do you
in my
what do you call a Somalian covered in sesame seeds?
Ooh, don't know.
A quarter pounder. What do you call
Shouldn't that be an Ethiopian?
What it's Somalian too. What do you call a Somalian covered in sesame seeds holding American cheese?
A quarter pounder with cheese?
That's correct. What would you call a Somalian with a quarter pounder? With sesame seeds, American cheese, and a pickle. Quarter pounder with cheese with pickles. Seriously, it's not that hard, people.
Okay.
So
I thought it was like a zinger or something.
I thought
no,
that too.
it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Olivia, well
Yes.
said. It's excellent. Amy, go ahead.
Yeah,
Wrap us up on this.
I absolutely agree with everything that
shit.
Olivia just said. And I would take it a step further and to say not only do they need to be born here, but they need to demonstrate that they have a love for our country and have a knowledge of our Constitution
Ooh.
and support our Constitution the way it is now and not want to rewrite it to fit their ideals, because we have a lot of craziness happening. There are people who are not for our country. They want to bring their religious beliefs in, and they want to bring in their whatever country they were born in, and they want to bring it to our government. Well, that's not the government we have chosen to have here in the U.S. And if you don't like it, that's okay. There's plenty of places you can go that might suit you better, but like we need to stick to the United States Constitution, our ideals, our rights, our laws, and keep it the way it is.
So what we're saying is no dual citizenship in Congress either, right?
Correct. I totally
Does that stand for
support that.
Jews too?
Yes.
Liv?
I think you have to be
So
born
what
on,
if you have a congressman who is an American, who's Jewish but who served with the IDF and has dual citizenship to defend the homeland, which Israel is a state, yes, but it's also, it's ethnocentric and it's a theology at the same time. So is that okay or not? Are you asking people to forego their religious beliefs in order to serve?
I think it just needs to be, they need to be born on American soil.
But
And
what if it's dual citizenship? What if they serve in the IDF? They are a dual citizen with Israel. Is it allowed? Should it be okay?
No, I don't think it should be allowed. I don't think it's okay.
Hey, Olivia? I think Olivia disagrees.
I mean,
Isn't it amazing when I say Israel and everybody's like, oh, wait a second.
No, I could see where Amy's going with this, because you can have people who have dual citizenship, were born here, but their parents were Iranian, their parents were Israeli,
Truth.
their parents are from Guatemala, and they end up being raised in Guatemala, even though they were born here. We have a friend in Texas whose parents are Nicaraguan, and he was born here, but he was raised in Nicaragua.
He's Mexican.
He's part of the Cuban mafia
Yeah,
as well.
he's
but
he's Mexican.
but I mean, he was an American
So
citizen.
should
So I
Virgil
can
be able to
see-
serve in Congress? Yes or no? Right.
See, that's the fine line.
That's okay. Hold on. I got Virgil
don't
on the
know.
phone. Virgil, you listening? Olivia wants to. Should Virgil be able to serve in Congress? Listen, Virgil is an amazing human being. Yeah. He is a great father. He is a patriot. He is a Trump supporter. He is MAGA through and through. He is a Catholic. Should he be able to serve in Congress? It's a simple question, Olivia.
I'm going to go with my original statement. And I know there's fine lines because then there's going to be fine lines on everything. But I think you just like the president can have dual citizenship, right? He just has to be born on U.S. soil, he or she. So I think whatever rules apply to the president should apply to Congress and Senate
That's
as
fair.
well.
That's a good point. So why do the rules apply to the federal government, specifically the executive branch and the president of the United States, but doesn't apply to Congress?
That's what I don't know.
Well, I can tell you why.
I'm thinking it's because the Congress was made, like it was formed a while ago, and there were not a lot of people. They were just moving here, and they were immigrants. They had just moved here, and they weren't born in this country.
Yeah.
And where are you going to get your government at that point?
Yeah, it's a really good question. It actually goes back to Madison, and it actually goes back to the framers. And that's the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. So one of the compromises to ensure that the president was American-born and Senate and congressmen weren't is to go ahead and proceed with checks and balances, that the states have the ultimate power. And because the states were literally migration states, now New York and Maine and Delaware were starting to annualize and have second and third generation Americans, the expansion that was going to take place after the original 13 colonies was going to be predominantly immigrants. So it was not fair for the states to do so. So the question being, now that we are in 7, 8, 9 generations of American borns in pretty much every single state, even some of the states that didn't even come into the Union until the 1900s, the question I have is, should we remove this archaic piece of the Constitution and ensure that all Congress are American born?
Yes,
That's the question.
That's my yes. Same rules for the president as for Congress and Senate. They all
interesting.
need to be, because they are our government.
So let me ask another question.
It's also going to.
sorry.
It's all. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But it's
didn't interrupt
also
me.
going to kind of stop what happened in New York City today.
Well, let's not jump the ship. Let's
Yeah,
not
no,
jump the
I'm
shark
not
here.
jumping it, but
we're
it's
not- you are.
gonna-
That's what that's defined.
It's gonna stop people who just moved over here 6 months ago from Somalia, from Iran, trying to run for mayor, trying to run for governor, because that's kind of where your political career starts, as you start in the lower and then you go up to Congress and Senate. So
Sometimes.
hopefully it'll deter more people from,
Okay, so let's keep moving forward on this. So now we've established. So let's talk about American citizens who have commitments to their religious beliefs. So let's talk about Mormons. Should Mormons be able to serve in Congress, even though they have a dual loyalty? They have a loyalty to the church, and the loyalty is to the church before the government. So are they considered a separatist state? Are they considered a dual citizenship, one based in religion? We can say this about the Amish. You could ask that question. And here's the big one, is that do we believe that freedom of religion is not just the fact that you can't force it upon us, but you cannot remove it from me? So when an Israel has family obligations to serve in Israel because that's what they've sworn to do, should they be punished for that, or are they protected under the First Amendment and freedom of religion? Because now we're getting very, very hairy, because now we're talking about religious beliefs, and that could be somebody who is a pacifist. Do we punish those people and say that you can't serve because you do not follow the American-born loyalty to the government first? You have secondary obligations which could impact your decisions in Congress.
No, I think it's protected under freedom of religion.
Okay, then we need to go all the way back and we need to start over.
Okay.
Because the moment you do that, then you have to go ahead and say dual citizenship is okay for Somalians, dual citizenship is okay for Israel, because these are ethnocentric that are based in theology and ethnicity, and they don't separate the two. Muslims don't do it, Jews don't do it.
Right.
So, Amy, go ahead. What do you think?
I agree. I think if you are someone who is putting your religion above the government and you're choosing to serve in the government, that should not be okay. I am not serving in the government, but I do put my religion and my belief in Jesus and as a follower of Christ. That's a number one to me, but I'm not serving in the government, and I don't plan on it, because it absolutely weighs in on my belief system. It's how I vote. It's how my beliefs. So there's a separation of church and state. So yes, if you're going to put your religious beliefs above everything else, I don't believe that you should be serving unless you can explicitly separate the two. And it's hard to do if you are a devout person of your, whatever your chosen faith is. It's hard to do. I couldn't do it personally.
I agree. I happen to agree with you wholeheartedly. I think a doctor, when he takes the Hippocratic Oath, removes all theology from the equation, the existence of God or the lack thereof. And the same should be held true for our Congress. I'm just simply asking questions to create a not a debate, but to cover all facets of this. I happen to be fervently behind both of you. And Virgil shouldn't be able to serve.
Right.
I love him. I would die for him. I think he should be able to join the military. I think he should do a lot of things. But I also think that there should be a qualifier.
Sure.
That if they've lived in the country for 15 years, they've served in the military, they've served in the local state government and city council and stuff like that, and they have demonstrated a fervent loyalty to the United States of America, I think there should be a time and place where we can say, okay, maybe. If we have a prerequisite for the president that he has to be 45 years of age, then we could also make an exception for Congress and Senate that they would have to be at least this years old or live in the country this long in order to run. I think that is probably something that would get passed a hell of a lot easier than a federal mandate that says you can't run anymore, because the states are going to say, fuck you, 10th Amendment. And then this whole conversation's over, unless you make accommodations and exceptions. And I think all of us are okay with that, but you better prove that you're not a brother fucker and that you don't want to create jihad in our country.
Exactly.
See, it's amazing that we can get like all that, like that's just great. And then I say brother fucker and ruin it for everybody. So sorry about that.
Well, that's what she is. So.
She is.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I'll say it. Ilhan Omar fucks her brother. 164 people on. Wonderful to see you folks. Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. This is pretty much what we do. Twitter is starting to crush and climb. But I agree with you guys. I think the President of the United States has every right to limit the amount of information to Congress. And I think he also has the right to go ahead and charge them with sedition or some form of conspiracy or treason if they are taking classified information and leaking it to the press. This is not something I screw around with. And whoever leaked this, be it a staffer, this is not the decision about Roe v. Wade that was leaked. This isn't some staffer taking it up the ass from his boyfriend in the Senate hearing confirmation room. This is a critical weapon system that has just been neutered by the New York Post and staffers saying things that, first of all, I think are not true, but also weakens our country from a defensive standpoint and an offensive standpoint to regulate and stop any egregious creation of nuclear weapons in the world. And if we can't reach them, you just told every terrorist group how deep to put their frickin' centrifuges, and the U.S. can't touch them. That, to me, is as bad as opening the door to the knock list. Like, and Ethan Hunt is going to come down and release the knock list. That shit's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I also think that anyone who's an insurrectionist, that needs to be done. Like frickin' Maxine Waters, she's a frickin' insurrectionist. She needs to go, man.
Well,
anyone who's inciting violence, I mean, they frickin' put Trump through the ringer, and he didn't even do anything. He held a rally, and some of the followers went down to the Capitol and made a mess of everything. He didn't do anything, yet they are freaking out still about it. Maxine Waters is actually going out there and telling people to burn shit and injure and hurt anyone who's the opposite party.
Okay, everyone. So, Claude Payne, welcome. Good to have you back here, man. He says this is the first time it's popped up in my feed. Facebook has maybe come to their senses. I've heard that Facebook has been sharing us a lot. I received 7 notifications between yesterday and today that says your content is on fire. We are now bumping you up and increasing your distribution. I don't know what's happened, but something's gone on that Facebook is starting to push us fairly hard. We've had 3.5 million interactions. We're actually doing well. I have to give it to Damani Felder. I think he has a lot to do with it. He has brought his network in a very strong standing account. He doesn't cuss. He takes on tough stuff, but not the things that get you banned. And I think there's something we're going to be announcing soon between Damani and the Dumb Show. And I think everyone's going to be really excited, but I don't want to pre-announce, but I'm going to. It sounds like we're going to start collaborating on all of our posts, which means whatever Damani creates, he's going to share on our page, and he will post it, and it'll post to the Don't Unfriend Me show, the Dumb News, the Dumb Nation, and his own page, and whatever I create, it'll post to his. This is just one step closer of Ebony and Ivory that we feel is getting closer and closer, and he is definitely my Stevie Wonder to his Paul McCartney. Or is it my Paul McCartney to his Stevie Wonder? It doesn't matter. We don't see color. Moving on. Something to think about. So let me ask one more question. Mm-hmm. One more question. Just to play the devil's advocate here. Do we feel we're homogenizing the United States if we say you can't be a dual citizen, that your religious beliefs have to come second to your servitude to the country? Now, we are a Christian nation. We are founded on Christian conservatism. Anyone who says they're not, I will demonstrate to you with over 700 references to Christianity in the Constitution, the Federalist Papers, the Articles of Confederation, the do-good letters, the Alexander Hamilton pages. I can show our founding fathers were founded in Christian fundamentals. Whether they practice it or not, it was founded in Christianity. And English is most assuredly the main language in the United States. Now, we don't recognize a national religion. We do recognize English now because Donald Trump changed that. But just 10 seconds, 15 seconds each, we feel it's going to homogenize our country and not be indicative and representative of the demographics of the United States? And does it matter? Amy.
I think it does matter. I absolutely agree that the Constitution and our nation was founded under Christianity. It's pretty evident. And I think the reason for that is because you have to have laws and rules based on morals and ethics, and that is clearly defined in the Holy Bible. So yes, most of our laws I say with all of our laws, I feel like are clearly a arm of all of that. So yes, I think it would homogenize things. Maybe it would push Christianity a little bit more inadvertently. And I'm a Christian, and so I'm not opposed to that. But again, I'm not running for Congress. I'm not trying to serve in our government.
Right.
But I do think we have a separation of church and state for a reason. Even though our laws are defined by Christianity, there is a separation. We have to think of the greater good of the individuals, not as a whole. I mean, that's why we have a constitution.
Fair enough. Liv?
A little bit different take
15 seconds.
on it is telling somebody they have to be a Christian to run for Congress or Senate or president is kind of going against what we fought for in the Revolutionary War anyway.
But you're kind of telling them that anyway when you say you're a Jew, you can't serve. Because you just said that. You just said you're a Nicaraguan, you can't serve. You're a Catholic, you can't serve. So we have to be careful. So that's why I think these accommodations are so important, and let the states decide. And the states should be able to decide how they represent themselves. It should not be up to the federal government. And if Alaska decides, you know what, we're going to send freaking an Inuit who literally just got done biting a fish head off, and he's going to bring his moccasins and ski up to DC, then that's the state's choice.
And that's where we're at right now.
That's where we're at right now. And this is the fundamental issue. It's a flawed system. But I do like the nationality test. I think that's interesting because an Inuit is a native. So, but some Somalian who believes in Sharia law and wants to behead and decapitate capitalism and the republic that for which it stands, those people should not be allowed making decisions. But here's one thing you could do. You could just take money away, and those people probably would never even actually try to run. It's amazing. If you took away nothing but the salary that they make, I bet you that you would lose 90% of these candidates. And the reason why is even running for office can turn people into millionaires. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to mention
the salary. It's just the benefits and the reach they have.
Well, how about this? How about someone that you and I both know who ran, who promised to give 50% of their donations or their contributions back and didn't, and got to keep those. Mm-hmm. And if you look at what that person raised and what they left with, something paid for that new Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just letting you know. Someone who doesn't come on my show anymore doesn't recognize me. So I don't know. I got no problem saying it. You want to defend yourself, come on my show, but you're driving a new Ferrari 6 months after you're out of the campaign. That's an interesting thing.
Good investing.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. Folks, speaking of investing, we have zero donations. This is the first time ever, 15 minutes in the show, that we've have absolutely nothing. Zero, zilch, nada. We can't do that. We've got to pay for the show. I guess people didn't hear me. Amy, this is all you again. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. So we have to play the commercial now.
I'm going to get fired.
Yes, you are going to get fired. We have to play the commercial now.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations. But after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS.
Thanks, Bob.
And bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking I can't do it. I can't untighten
That's
it.
what she said.
That's what she's. Oof. Oof. Coming in with it.
Do you think
scope of
Pound
my
it.
expertise?
Pound.
Child
Good for you.
got 15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Told the we tubular.
That was recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm gonna punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan.
Break.
Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something.
There's no
honest.
but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old? Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
Better at
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
So Hayden. That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm gonna owe them money without.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Oh yeah, cut it.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo. That is a typical day in the Spear household.
It is.
That is like every
day.
That was not acting. That was just how we are.
Yeah,
every single day as a family.
Have you seen that before, Ames?
No.
Oh, so I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
We're pulling out all the stops, folks. I mean, literally, we're the Titanic. We need a life preserver. Amy is the anchor. We need your help. So listen, I told you I'd always be honest with you. No, we're listen, we understand that sometimes the show gets interesting and
I don't understand.
It's not, I wouldn't take it personal.
I do.
You are loved. Well, I wouldn't. And we're going to be just fine. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. We need help. So
Not only do we need donations, but on nights that I'm here, I need gas money, so we need like an extra $20.
That's true. Mr. Holiday Sauce 3655 got us started. Thank you, Maddie. And listen, it gets busy.
Thank you.
Nick, don't click the link. Just put it in thedumbshow.com/donate. It's really simple. Thedumbshow.com/donate. You can also call. All right. So next video that we have, and let's hope we get some. Let's go. It's not over yet. Yeah, but we talked about at the beginning of the show. Amy is taking hits mentally. 3 months. It's like pulling teeth to hit goal.
It's true.
And in fact, several nights we haven't hit it. So she's kind of like, and I get it. I blame it. Everyone blame. Darren's like, blame it on Amy. We do.
Help Amy hit it.
Can you get Olivia to flash her feet for cash? Sure. She's wearing sandals. So
I did it last week. That was the one and only.
All right, let's get going. This next video, the House Oversight Committee held a hearing on locking in the Doge cuts, and there was a lady who walked into a buzzsaw. I mean, an absolute buzzsaw. Okay, Mom, say it. I can't read that. Say
It's
it.
Thomas Cawthon. He said, "Here, I will start it. Come on, dummies. Let's do this for Amy."
Thank you, Thomas, my one and true only fan, apparently.
Yeah,
So,
it's early. Let's come on. We're milking it. Nick, you're on the Dumb Show. What's up, buddy?
What is going on, everybody?
Nothing much, brother, man. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, well, I was trying to donate something. I tried doing it the other day too, man. I felt like I didn't help out a little bit while I have a little bit of cash, but I'm good, man.
Yeah. Well, what's wrong? Is it not opening up?
I just couldn't get it. I just couldn't click the link in the chat. So I figured it out.
The chat sucks, but it's okay. So what's up, man? What's going on? Tell me what's new with you, and obviously the band, and what's going on, man, with where you guys placing with Rolling Stone?
Oh, we're still fourth. We're sitting fourth. The top 10 eliminations tomorrow, so it'll cut to the top 5. So right now we're safe. We need all we can get between now and then just to keep us there. But we haven't moved in a week, which that's cool. But last week we sat in 6th and 7th for a whole week, and then moved up the day of. So everybody's helping out, and we appreciate everybody.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to hit it now or wait a little bit? Because I'm telling you, once we pull that chicken switch, you can't undo it. So we'll probably get one big push, and I think we should wait for the next round as long as you feel like you're going to make it.
Well, I mean, like I said, tomorrow tomorrow's top 5, and we're sitting pretty good on that. So, however you feel fit, man. Like I said, it's every Thursday. It's every Thursday for up until July 17th.
Yeah, it's up
as long
to
as
you.
we stay in.
Yeah, it's up to you. You can't do that to me. So you need to make the call. So just tell me what to do. Do you want me to post it now, or do you want me to wait?
We can wait. We can wait. Let's get through Thursday. Make sure we get to that, because if it's going to be big, I'd rather have it. We're going to need everybody in the next round for sure if we're still fourth tomorrow.
Well, that was my point. And the next round's going to be the big one, because if I hit all the networks, you will most assuredly get some love. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, y'all showing us love either way it goes. And I have not forgot about Ethan, man. I just I hadn't been to Brandon's. I've had some kind of inner ear thing going on for the last week, so it's had me all vertigoed out, dude. So it's been like I've been down for like the last 3 days. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a bitch, but I'm getting through it. Got me some meds, so hopefully they start working today. But no, man, we just really, it's not the money that we're worried about, man. We want to play the show. You know what I'm saying? We want to get on a big stage in front of a lot of people and do our thing, man. So that's where I'm at with it. And I appreciate everybody's help in doing that. Y'all have been awesome. And yeah, I don't know. It's like I told you the other day, man, it's really humbling when you see people show up for you like that.
Yeah.
In a way, like, I mean, dude, I didn't tell anyone about this. And I did this on a whim, like, just like, oh, this is cool. Let me just try this, you know, because we haven't done Battle of the Band things in years, you know, because most of the time it's already rigged up how, you know, who's going to win or whatnot. And then, you know, all of a sudden 3 weeks ago, I'm getting emails like, hey, y'all made the top 20. So man, that was before I even started saying anything about it.
So let me just let people know. So what it is Rolling Stone is putting on a Battle of the Bands. You guys have made it through 2 rounds or 1?
Well, it's global. It's global. It's actually the Global Citizens Foundation, I think.
Okay.
And Rolling Stone is sponsoring them. But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. It's all through Global Citizen, which they're like they do for poverty, try to end poverty for countries and stuff. They believe in, like, you know, one people. But Rolling Stone's there, and we're battling for $50,000 article in Rolling Stone, and a chance to play the Global Citizens Fest in the fall in Central Park in New York.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
So let's do this.
Do people vote too? Like, is it open to people like voting for you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And all we want is the free votes. Now, look, if people want to donate, and I'm not asking anyone to donate, but it is.
You better not, because we're not hitting gold.
No, hell no.
I'm just teasing. I'm teasing.
But everything's tax deductible if they do. Yeah. Everything is tax deductible. You know, just throwing that out there. But we just want the free votes, man. We feel like we got enough people behind us of free votes. We should get it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so let me shut up for a second. Let me do some plugs. So we need to go to this link. Liv, where's the link? Let's show it and do it tonight. And everybody who's on, and that's 200 some odd people, 250 people on. We can do it. Go to this link. Olivia's going to put it in chat right now, and go and vote for Still Point. They're an amazing band. If you haven't listened to them, go over to Spotify, go over to iTunes. You can find them everywhere and download their stuff. They're amazing. One of my favorite bands. Listen to them every single day, lifting and working out. I love them. All you got to do is go over and vote. And then we are going to do a massive push, which across all networks, I'm going to do a video, and we're going to put some money in this too to help out and get the votes that we need and donate so we can get more votes. And we're going to click the shit out of this because we want them to go far. And then we're trying to convince Nick to get his butt up here in September with Brandon and Matt to play a Don't Unfriend Me #1 annual event. We don't know what we're going to call it, but I don't know, Dumb Rocks, Virginia, or whatever it is. But
that's still in the works, right?
Yeah,
it's still in the works.
Yeah, we're all thinking about it. If you can get you up here, we'd love to do it. And we talked to John Fugue, and he's willing to split ticket sales with you guys, and he wants to help out any way he can. So that could be fun, dude. So anyway, Nick,
that would be awesome.
I know. That's why we're trying to get it for you. Nick, you got a minute, and then I got to let you go because I got to go do a show.
Okay, yeah, man. No, I appreciate you, Matt, Olivia, all of y'all for, taking time and doing it, or, sharing our post.
Yes, sir.
It means a lot.
Yes,
and enjoy the rest of your show and y'all's night. And I appreciate and love all of y'all. And We'll talk to you soon.
Love you, Tater. Appreciate you, buddy. We'll talk
Thanks,
soon.
Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
All
We'll
right.
be voting.
See you guys.
Later, buddy. Nick is a great dude. Brandon, Matt, and Still Point, they're a great band. Matt lives in Virginia. We're going to try to bring him onto the show, and it'll be great. CJ Jenkins donated $103.48.
Thank you.
What does it say?
CJ. Thank you.
Liv?
Wow, that's really small.
For
so
my
I
mental
can-
health.
I'm going to see if I can.
For Amy's emotional well-being, love you.
Thank you.
Yeah, because that's really small. I was like,
I put a shadow
So is
on
my
it.
emotional well-being. So thank you, CJ.
We'll see if that works. I put a shadow on it. So if you want to send something like a
doing
test
it right now.
yeah, send one real quick and see if this helps.
Because
Because
I was like, I couldn't read.
yeah,
it.
but I can't make it huge with the new. I mean, the set is more important. Anyway, love Nick. Go and vote. Appreciate it. We'll have our next topic up here as soon as Olivia puts this in.
I don't know why it does this sometimes. You try and do this.
I did by myself for 3 years. So yeah. Cry me a river. Okay,
I'm gonna
let's
be
see how it
quiet.
looks. See, shadow. For
Thank you.
Amy's mental health.
Thank you.
Yeah, that
Thank
doesn't
you.
look any better. I will figure this out.
Thank you, Luann.
Yep, and I'll add a shadow to it.
Thank you to everyone who's donated for my mental well-being so far this evening.
Dumb stock. There we go.
Ooh, dumb stock.
Matt. That was Matt.
What was the is that Maddie?
That was Maddie.
I like dumb stock. What was the Lilith fair?
Oh, God.
We can call it the Dillith fair. I love it. We can like all wear like freaking hippie roses or daisies in our hair and wear Birkenstock and smell like patchouli.
I like dumb stock. That's a
I
good
like
one.
dumb stock. Dumb stock rocks. I like that too.
Yeah.
I like that. Dumb stock. All right. So this is the House Oversight Committee holds a hearing, and I know you guys would absolutely love this. This is good shit. Enjoy, ladies.
Your testimony, NIH grants are critical research,
I think that government research of all types in the medical, and
including
public-
birthing people.
I think bench research of all types plays a fundamental
What is a
role.
birthing person?
Sir, I am here to
Sorry, it was Tuner who came up with dumb stock, I believe, and then Matt reiterated it. So
Got it.
talk about the Doge impact.
Well, I'm
for
asking
working
you about this
families.
grant and you're defending it.
Olivia, the
Yes.
reason why their stuff doesn't work, your links, is
Yeah.
because you don't have a master account.
Oh.
So it won't work. Mine
you're going to
do.
have to do it.
So
Okay.
yeah, all you got to do is send it to me. Whatever you want, Rand, just text it to me and I'll put it in. That
Okay.
makes it really easy, and then that's going to save you some time.
Okay, I'll send it
As
to
far
you,
as
yeah.
Rumble and everything, I can't do that. Okay. What's up?
What genre is Still Point? Are they heavy metal or are they just rock?
They are a rock fusion, grunge metal. Awesomeness. They've got a lot. They sound like Alice in Chains. They've got some Stone Temple Pilots in there. They've got some Def Leppard sounds, Poison. They are great. Just download them. You will not be sorry.
So I'm asking you, who is birthing people?
I am not familiar with this grant.
Mm-hmm.
I take a position that all kinds of government research, medical,
Is a
pharmaceutical,
birthing person a woman? Is that another
biological-
word for female?
that is outside the scope of my expertise.
Seems like erasure language to me. I've been told that type of vernacular constitutes erasure language. How about another one? How about the conference Gender Equity in the Mathematical Study of Commutative Algebra? Do you think that that's a valid form of government spending?
I think mathematical research of all types is deserving of government.
What about
investment.
studying, and this is directly from the National Science Foundation's website, women and non-binary mathematicians?
Again, I think all kinds of government investment should be dedicated toward mathematical.
All kinds of government investment.
scientific-
You don't have any kind of limit on what we're spending our money on, just everything? Is that your testimony?
I am talking about Doge. You brought up.
So
a
am
grant.
I. This is a grant that Doge cut.
I am not familiar with this particular grant, but
Mhm.
I think government investment in mathematical,
Okay,
biological.
let's do another one. This one is called hashtag Transcendent Health, adapting an LGB plus inclusive teen pregnancy prevention program for transgender boys. I can't even say this without laughing. Do you think that is a useful form of our tax spend?
I am not familiar with that grant, but I think bench research, government investment in scientific and
Teen
pharmaceutical
pregnancy
research.
for transgender boys. Do you think that that is a useful spend of our tax dollars?
I think government investment in all kinds of scientific research is of the utmost importance.
Including pregnancy prevention for transgender boys. Okay.
It's freaking funny.
How do these people have a straight face? Want to thank Amy Stancombe. Go ahead, Amy.
Much. Thank you, Amy. Best.
Give that man his $2. I want my $2. Amy, how do these people do this with a straight face? Do you think that they know?
Golly.
They know, but they have to placate to their audience because if they
Sure.
don't, I mean, do they really know?
Sure, for sure. I mean, let's be honest. This is like a newfangled like buzzword, like the whole trans thing, right? Like these people have existed for some time, but only in the last 5 years has it been like a thing. I mean, just bring back the goth kids. They were great. Love those kids. I was a little goth myself back in the day. I don't know. Why do we need to actually change anything about ourselves? Again, I'm a Christian, so God made us the way we are. We're perfect and made in the image of God. So I don't know. Maybe people just need to get Jesus. It's almost like an addiction, where they're looking for something to placate some kind of hole in their life. So I don't know. Just read the Bible.
So, Olivia, your thoughts on this transgender study for boys and getting their periods and all this shit?
I think it's right up there with putting tampons in boys' bathrooms in school. It's absolutely ridiculous and a complete waste of time.
Okay. What else?
Hang on one second. I got to put this in. Sorry. You're
the one who hasn't checked your email when you logged in. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm lost on train of thought because I've been trying to do this.
Yeah. So now I'm doing it. So you got it. Good luck. Hey, it's right there, Liv. That's
Okay.
what it is.
Okay.
So try it again. Sorry, folks. We're screwed up here trying to figure this out. Yeah, you've done something wrong. Just close it. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
But that's the password. Or you put in the wrong password and you saved it, which is probably what you did. So now I've got to somehow go recover it. Don't put another password and you're going to lock my account.
Okay.
I will figure it out. Okay, another video. Sorry, because we're not ready because nobody watched the video that we had. So, except for Amy. Good job, Amy.
Thank you.
Amy deserves a tip and a donation for that. No, Liv, you don't get any love for that. You
It was
failed.
working 2 nights
You failed.
ago.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
It's always you, Liv.
It is.
It's always
Boys
you. You're the
cannot
one.
be girls and girls
He's
cannot
a
be boys.
snake.
That's right. You're the
Oil
one that's always
salesman.
bringing the problems.
Yes, I am.
This is Zohan Sebastian Bach, and he is a pianist, a giant pianist. Actually, this is Ma'am Daney, and we're supposed to say it properly because Aylan Omar and Rashid Tlaib said you better get this name right because you're going to be hearing a lot of it, and it's phonetic. She says. Nick Carroll donated $10.80. Thank Nick. It's
Thank you,
phonetic.
Nick.
So what does that mean? It's Ma'am Danny.
Ma'am Danny.
So whatever.
Ma'am.
Zoran Ma'am Danny. Just his name drives me crazy. These are the things that he supports. He is the New York City Democrat Socialist.
Isn't that a movie?
Yeah,
Zoran?
I said that last night. Don't mess with Zohan. That's right.
Yeah.
Don't mess with this guy either. Here's all the things that he supports. We wonder, why do these people support these things? Well, here's why. Listen to this shit.
He's a snake oil salesman.
Mm-hmm.
He will say and do anything to get elected. Think about this for a moment. He wants to raise 1%. He wants to raise tax on 1% of New Yorkers' high-income earners. As the mayor, you don't have the authority to do that. You know who has the authority to do that? An assemblyman, which he is. He wants to do free buses. He could have done it at assemblyman. He doesn't understand the power of government and how you must making sure you improve your economy, raise the standard of living. And this is what we've done in the city. And I'm looking forward to being on the campaign trail and showing New Yorkers we can't go backwards. And New Yorkers never surrender or quit. I'm never going to quit for the city that I love. He's a snake oil salesman.
Mm-hmm.
He will say and do anything to get elected.
So let's listen to this guy because he's now placating to Jews, even though this guy is literally a little wannabe jihadist and has just been lighting up Jews left and right. October 7th, saying anti-Semitic crap. Social workers to replace police, $70 billion of debt to fund affordable housing, free buses, no cost childcare, baby baskets to newborns.
What does that even mean?
So is that before or after they abort them?
Yeah. Really.
$30 minimum wage. This guy is full of crap. But we're not done. I know there's more.
Wait to see the prices and all the businesses going out.
We're not done. There's more. Here he is. This is 2 minutes of him giving you a little bit of heads up, and then we'll talk about this guy. I've got a couple of videos to show
बात
you.
ये नहीं है कि मैं क्या बनूंगा, बात ये है कि मैं क्या करूंगा हमारे कम्युनिटीज के लिए और हर एक न्यूयॉर्कर के लिए। मैं हमारे शहर को अफोर्डेबल बनाऊंगा। न्यूयॉर्कर्स मुश्किल से अफोर्ड कर रहे हैं रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान। मैं ये सब बदलने के लिए लड़ रहा हूँ। रेंट फ्री बसेस, यूनिवर्सल चाइल्ड केयर और सस्ती ग्रोसरीज के जरिए। पर आपको एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूँ, तुमने कभी किसी को वोट किया? Because I think that New Yorkers more.
You guys, it's
deport him.
It's literally
Deport him.
It's literally Pakistani and Bollywood TV. I mean, this.
More than they hate a politician they disagree with, they hate a politician they can't trust.
On the subject of trust, you've adopted different speaking accents in different scenarios.
But they go to their local bodega.
Is there one that's real and one that's affected?
What I would say is, as any immigrant knows, having been born in Kampala, Uganda, and then raised in South Africa and moving here when I'm 7 years old, is there are different parts of my life.
Worldwide tour is a worldwide tour is a worldwide tour.
Mamdani was talking about a worldwide press tour back when he was a rapper.
Bring the flavor to the fish, bring the flavor to the rice.
In a Disney movie directed by his mother.
Nepotism and hard work goes a long way. Here in New York City, this is how I speak, this is how I am.
Do you believe in the First Amendment, Tom Homan?
Dude, I feel like I have curry food poisoning from watching this.
See, I'm into the music part. I think he should do a collab with Still Point.
Oh, that would be good.
That would be the only thing I would support.
Or
of his.
or Hedrick Lamar.
Oh wow, old lady.
Dude, is he wearing fucking an apron with?
Yes.
Dude, you are the whitest sand. Okay.
That's against his religion, I'm assuming.
Is this a Muslim Roseanne Barr? What the hell's going on? I'm so confused. So confused. Dude, you can smell the Drakkar Noir from here.
Oh, yeah.
Did that work, Liv?
Yeah, you just need to do something to approve it.
I don't think anyone running for any kind of office should show their nipples.
Ugh.
I just don't.
Well,
sorry to be the Debbie Downer, but it's
especially
keep your
hairy
away,
nipples. I mean,
please.
listen, I know Persians are supposed to be hairy, but my God. Enjoy this, because this is your boy. He's tripping. Come get your boy. He's tripping.
How many more New Yorkers are not charged? Do you believe in the First Amendment? Do you believe in the First Amendment, Tom Homan? How many more New Yorkers are not charged?
That's your boy. This guy is hangry, man. Someone get him a Snickers bar if he can eat one. And Allah Akbar. Someone get him an Allah Akbar.
I might change my stance after seeing that rap video.
I mean, he's
honestly.
killing it. I mean, homeboy's slaying. I don't know what to tell you.
I just, it's been said for years that Congress and everyone who's running for office in the last, 10 to 15 years is like a theater kid. And I literally think this is true. And it's not just what
the shit?
What is it? Like a media plant thing. This is truly like, come on. Every single person is a performer. And I'm sorry, I really did enjoy that. Like, it was a catchy tune. I don't know any of the words. I couldn't pronounce it, but you should not be running for office. This is comical. Clearly he's a Kamala fan because she likes to change her accent depending on who she's talking to. And Hillary, I don't know, man. This is
good evening.
Yeah.
Infidel.
Yes.
Silence.
And he is an outward Muslim, right? And he's bringing in, and I'm sorry, if you're running in the United States, it goes back to what we said in the beginning. You need to be supportive of our Constitution. We do have a national language now, so you should not be speaking anything other than English and assimilate to our freaking culture here. And if you want to bring other people into our country, great, do it the legal way and have them assimilate to how we are here. We're not trying to be Africa, India, any other nation. We want to be the United States of America, nothing else.
Do you think I can get a free 64-ounce Big Gulp at 7-Eleven when he enters office in New York? Everyone gets a free Slurpee. You know how
or is it a cab
Cuomo wanted to do that when he not Cuomo, it was the other douche plow who ate the hamburger and fries and told you to get the COVID shot.
I don't remember.
De Blasio.
Yes.
Yeah, Bill De Blasio.
Eat a cheeseburger.
You can get a Slurpee from my Gumno's 7-Eleven right now. Hot dog.
Maybe a free cab ride.
Free cab ride? Oh, you racist. That's bigoted. Holy shit. You went to the cab rides?
You went to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, but 7-Eleven's true. I mean, not all cabbies are. I'm just. What?
I think he took a page out of AOC's book. If a ditzy bartender can run for Congress, then a freaking, I don't know what rapper wannabe narcissist.
Well, see, he hasn't paid the AOC toll tax yet, so she hasn't. She's there and she's shouting him and everything, but she hasn't full-throated. Like Kamala Harris full throats. She hasn't given him 100% her complete endorsement. Gotcha. But I'm
really good cups, by the way.
Aren't those?
This is so cold.
I told you they're ridiculous. They are. We don't sell tchotchke shit. Everything we sell is good. The ice is still in mine, and it's been like 2.5 hours.
I have a question.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you getting information right now? Hot sauce. Hot sauce in my bag, Swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now, listen, I just want you to know, people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people.
Okay. Is it working?
Holy shit.
I've seen that enough.
This guy.
So I have a question.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm building up, but go ahead.
Is he actual? Did he get elected mayor?
No,
or is
he won the primary.
He won the primary. Okay.
So it's Eric Adams versus him.
Got it.
Because it has to remain a Democrat. Because it's an off-voting some bullshit. So I don't know how New York works, but I think they run off election. So that's why. So it's up this year. It's a Democrat voter. There will be a Republican constituent. And this is what I wanted to show you. A Republican challenger for the mayor spot. And I had a video of him, but I think it's going to be Eric Adams, him, and then a gentleman. There's going to be 4. And then the other gentleman is Curtis Sliwa. And here is his video, and he's going to be running against him. And it looks like I know this guy, Curtis Sliwa. If I'm not mistaken, he was a guardian angel in New York. And after 9/11 and stuff, he did a lot of cleaning up the streets, especially when Rudy Giuliani was there. If I remember this guy, and I think I do. I don't mean to misrepresent him, but I think he is a guardian angel, or he's a part of like the 10th Mountain Division or some shit. I'm pretty sure it's guardian angel. Here's the video.
There you go. So whether it's Mandami or Cuomo in their bloodbath today, I'm still running in the general election, and that'll make 4. So you have Cuomo, Mandami, Adams, Sliwa, because either way, Cuomo and Mandami is still running. So I start out with 30%. Do the math. A little bit more, and I'm the next mayor of the city of New York. And I warned everybody about Eric Adams, that he would be corrupt and there would be chaos, and I was right. So why wouldn't you listen to me again? I was right before, and I'm right again. I'm the only one who can stop the crime and improve the quality of life in New York City.
So we'll do a little research on this guy in the coming months.
He's a true New Yorker for
Yeah.
sure.
I want to know if he's changing his accent depending on who he's talking to. He sounds
Yeah,
like a real New Yorker.
what Middle Eastern accent was that shit? I've never heard that before.
Gangster.
I think it's Farsi. These cups are amazing, by the way. They're absolutely incredible. The metal straws.
Yeah.
So and they're
First
beautiful.
sip, it's like a really, yeah. I'm like a cup nerd. We
And they're
have, like,
smooth.
the
Try to
yeah.
unscrew it. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's smooth.
Ooh,
Watch this.
yeah.
It's like rubber sealed.
It's like,
I know.
ooh.
You can do other
It's
things with
very-
this too.
yes.
It depends, but you got to go sideways.
Oh, this is nice. We have a whole cabinet of just cups. I will actually take a picture if anyone doesn't believe it. We have an entire cabinet for cups. And then we have a shelf in the pantry for cups. Like, we are cup nerds. And it feels nice in your hand. And honestly, like, I don't know, when I took a sip, I was like, this is keeping the water so perfectly chilled. It's a nice cup.
I just
It's a
found out
nice
that Sliwa is a guardian angel. I know I recognize him from his younger days, and he's incredible. Go get yourself a cup when they get back in stock. By the way, go buy T.S. Dixon's book. Here's what it comes down to. Does anyone know the overall GDP of New York and California put together compared to the rest of the world?
Got to be significant, but
Give
no.
me a guess. What do you think it is? Liv, you guess, and then Amy, you guess.
Compared to the rest of the world, or
Yep.
what it is combined? It's got to be a few $100 billion, I would think. I mean, especially Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Did you have a guess, or you just
I
gonna
think
keep
500
talking?
billion.
Okay, so combined for New York and California, it's $8.1 trillion.
I was just a tad off.
Wow.
60 million people. It's roughly equivalent to Italy or South Korea. More people than Canada or Australia. 8.1 trillion. And if you put them ranking in the world, New York and California together, you would be seeing by GDP is only trailing the US, China, and Germany. They are fourth in the world. New York is ranked in the top 10. Combined, they would be third. They
That
would
many
be behind
people.
US and China, and they would pass Germany.
Holy cow.
So what you're saying is, and this is important, is what you're saying is two of the largest economies in the world just turned socialist, because California's already there. California's been there a long time. And this guy wants state-run grocery stores. He wants state-run public transit. He wants the government to control everything. He wants to incentivize WIC. He wants to decriminalize anything up to a first and second degree felony. And even some felonies in some cases.
And he wants to replace police with social workers, because that's going to work. Because
would be
we know
comical.
social workers are such upstanding people.
Yeah.
And they do their job so well.
Yeah, and then, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, this fucker wants to put pineapple on the 7-Eleven pizza.
Ooh.
And that son of a bitch is going one step too far.
Pineapple on pizza is good.
No, it's not. It's
No,
like a kiwi
it is
strawberry
the
smoothie.
Only way I'll eat it.
But 7-Eleven pizza is legitimately
Oh, it is
a
legitimate. You're
good
absolutely
pizza.
right. It's fantastic. Love it.
Just saying. I love
Toilet
7-Eleven
paper
pizza.
sucks, though. Don't ever use the toilet paper in 7-Eleven. You literally won't be able to sit down for a week,
Don't.
especially if you're over 40.
All set on toilet paper.
So bad. Bring it yourself. Like literally when you walk by the aisle and you're ready to go to the shitter, just grab some Charmin Extra Soft, because whatever they have in there literally is made of like cat claws and sand.
Yeah, no.
That shit is horrible. And you have to go through a full roll. So it's like there's no mercy. There's no mercy. It's horrible. It sucks. And then you get to the sink and there's no soap. There's no towels. The air dryer doesn't work. And you're just going like, wow, I guess this really is a Middle Eastern bathroom.
It's a trickle of cold water.
It sucks. Yeah. And you're like, can I have some Perel? Grab some Perel, grab some Clorox wipes. It's like literally you spend $47 just to go to the shitter in 7-Eleven, because you have to preset before you go in. Moving on, Donald Trump went to NATO today and had a wonderful meeting. Folks, we are at, real quick, $179.58 on donations.
We're a little short,
We're
y'all.
a little. Amy is just letting them have it. What are you doing, Liv?
I am texting someone.
Why?
Because
Sending
somebody
feet pics to get money.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
I'm texting somebody who's normally in chat and they're not here, so I'm checking up on them.
Who?
Debbie.
Where is Debbie?
I don't know. I got notifications from other people who said, "Hey, I'm not going to be here," or blah blah blah, that are always here.
Is Debbie mad at me too?
No, Debbie should.
What's
be
up with
mad at
Rumble? Do I need to start taking
I
charge of
don't
Rumble? It's just
know.
falling apart.
Rumble is falling apart at the seams because there's a couple people who aren't here. But I know there's like storms and stuff like that. So
I think it's
don't
because
know.
Amy. Yeah, it's Amy. It's definitely Amy. Like we need to have a Amy, why don't you stick around after the show? Okay, we're gonna have a little conversation.
Just call me because I'm tired. I need to drive home.
We're gonna have a little preemptive meeting. We got you a beautiful watch though.
Here's your parting gift. It's a cup.
No, fuck that. That's worth some money. No, we're not gonna, we'll give you something else.
I'm taking the damn cup.
I think I've got a used t-shirt
We've
somewhere.
got some leftover toilet paper from
Yeah,
COVID.
from 7-Eleven
From
and
COVID.
Purell.
It's COVID toilet paper,
Yeah,
so it's
it's-
the cheapest shit in the world.
Yeah,
I'm just going to take the cup.
What was that?
that's a jet. Donald Trump, if you didn't know, went and spoke to NATO countries today. Can I just say something really quick?
That he can walk up the stairs without falling.
Yeah, that's number one.
That's good.
This guy, in my opinion, I don't know if I can say this, but and I know this, people are gonna go, you're crazy. But I believe that as far as getting shit done that he says he's going to do, he is the greatest president of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think there's anyone out there who does it better than Donald J. Trump. He got NATO. First of all, he got 16 different countries in NATO in 2017 and 18 to give 2% on their overall NATO spend. Then bumped them to 3, like 6 countries. He got most of the countries to bump to 5%. Do you understand how much money that takes out of our overall spend? That takes billions and billions of dollars out of our defense spending for NATO because we had to supplement all those countries. This guy, let's just walk through what he's done. He secures the border overnight. He just literally, Annie M, this is a twister, snaps his ruby heels together. Border, even though they needed legislation and money, give me the money. Remember Joe Biden?
Mm-hmm.
And gets the border shut down. Fentanyl decreases and opioid deaths are still on the decrease because of the closure of the border. This guy gets Saudi Arabia to lower oil prices out of respect. This guy reintroduces the Abraham Accords, literally has Israel on a leash a little bit to pull them back because that's what Israel does. They go off. There's nothing wrong with that. They have every right to, but he can hold them back a little bit. This guy gets the big, beautiful bill, gets pharmaceutical prices down. This guy puts executive order out of executive order, keeping promises cap, renames the Gulf of America, gets into a trade war with the world and wins, pisses off Canada. And where's Canada now? What's Canada saying? The tariffs didn't work. Well, let's see. Oil prices are down. Inflation's down. Commodities, overall grocery prices, cost of living is down in the United States. What has this guy not done? And he decides to go ahead and just take out nuclear reactors in Iran. Everyone thought it was going to be World War III. And 24 hours later, he's got both countries kissing his pucker. How is he not the greatest of all time? I'm not even done. That's 5 months. What's this guy going to do in 4 years? I mean, is cancer on the next stage? Are we going to be at Mars?
I hope so.
I mean, is Brangelina going to get back together? I mean, what the fuck is going to happen next?
It's
Because
going to be Bennifer and Brangelina. Oh my gosh, the world is ending.
I am sick of winning. But I'll tell you what, man, liberals have to be melting down. I mean, they were like World War III. Come on. Shit.
Yeah.
Peace treaty. Iran calls in and goes, hey, is it okay if we launch 6 missiles at you real quick in Qatar? Is now a good time? Should we wait a little bit? I mean, what about 4 hours? By the way, here are the coordinates. Here's the overall squawk box codes. So you can go ahead and target these things. Would you mind if one kind of gets one? But okay, we're going to thank you very much. We're going to let one get close. Appreciate it. Is now a good time to launch? And they call ahead of time. This is twice. When he killed Soleimani, the Saudi Arabian American base, they called ahead of time too. They asked permission if it's okay if they can save face on the national stage and launch missiles that have absolutely no chance of getting in. And where did they put Biden in NATO last year? Liv?
They put Biden the very back row, and I think he was either second to the right or all the way to the right, and you couldn't even freaking see him. And if I'm not mistaken, they started the summit without him.
Yeah, he didn't
because
know.
he was like off to the side,
Yeah,
and he wasn't paying attention.
He didn't know. He was literally I make poopy in my pants. Yeah. So I'm just saying, man. You can say whatever you want about Donald Trump. I don't care. I just don't care. And people are like, dude, you are now like a sycophant. No, I'm not. I call out Trump when he needs to be called out. What am I going to call? Tell me what I should hit him on. That he helped the Jews? Do you want to have that conversation with me? Please. Let me tell you what Israel has done for the United States. And you can sit here and play all the games you want, but I'll tell you what, if the United States get involved in the Middle East, we would have had a nuclear war already. You just don't know what you're talking about. Amy, Olivia, where is he? Amy, you were hard on Trump.
Yeah.
You're hard.
Look, I still have feelings towards him. I've always thought he was a great leader. I was very skeptical of him sending in these buster bunkers. What are they called? Bumper busters?
Rubber baby bumpy bumpers?
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say it.
I was very nervous because not that I believed Iran would be retaliating. I thought their other allies, and maybe China would get involved. I was very nervous. I'm not going to lie. I did not want World War III. And a lot of people were hoping for that. Not that I was like living in fear. I don't do that. But I was very nervous for that happening. And then, the next day I'm like, oh, okay, everything's under control. Settle down, kids. He does. It's kind of like, I'm not comparing him to Jesus, but you just have to put your faith in him to some capacity and just go, okay, he's got this. He has a level of understanding that regular people like myself do not. And he's not done our country wrong yet. So I'm not a I don't know, a MAGA T or whatever. But
I think that's a derogatory term, say for the Jews in 1940. So I'm not going to call you a maggot.
No, I do like.
You're
Trump.
You're born again MAGA.
I still have my MAGA hats. I still have my Make Women Female Great. I have always been a Trump supporter. I voted for him 3 times, so I can say I honestly have been a Trump supporter from the beginning. I don't love everything he does, but I don't have to. I think that's anybody, I can call him out. So, yeah. Congratulations for being the GOAT, Donald Trump.
It kind of feels that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Congratulations.
Yes, Mr. President. Congratulations. Liv, where do you stand? I think we all were getting frustrated with him in 2023 when he announced, and then like big announcement in November, and it's the trading cards shit. And I'm like, okay, Trump, seriously. You're grifting, big guy.
Yeah, the last few months of his presidency in 2020 were not the best. Kind of went downhill. And for 3 years, all we heard him spew was the election was stolen, the election was stolen, the election was stolen.
It got old.
And when he announced he was running again, I was extremely critical of him. And I'm like, if he runs on the election is stolen, 1, he's not going to win. And 2, he's not going to win my
Don't be rude.
I'm like, this is the same old shit I've been hearing for 3 years. It's been
You are
really
fake
long.
news.
It's, I understand your personal feelings on it, but I want to know what you're going to do for the country. I don't want to hear how you felt cheated out of an election 3 years ago. I want to know. And I really was not on board until he actually started campaigning and he actually started saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to close the border. We're going to start building the border wall again. We're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And it took a while for me to get on the Trump train, unlike 2016 where I was on it right away. But this one took me a while.
Fantastic.
Angel, happy
You're
birthday.
welcome. You're welcome.
Happy birthday to you. Joe Biden's calling in. He has something to say.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
Did you say children under pressure?
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Under
he was doing a
pressure.
David Bowie rendition. Don't get us a copyright strike, please. Angel, happy birthday. Belated birthday. I think your birthday was yesterday. I'm sorry we got super busy. Candace Owens is batshit crazy, folks. By the way, do we have any more donations? Because we're
I hope so.
we're $120 away, folks. $120 away. It's 2030.
So I just want to say this. Yeah, I'm gonna get fired, y'all, and I'm gonna take the cup with me if I do get fired. So
You're not taking my cup.
taking the cup.
You're not taking.
And I might be arrested tonight for stealing. if I'm fired.
I think you'll be in trouble if you take my cup.
Taking the cup.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
If I get fired,
Um,
please give me money. I can buy a cup.
So I've done a lot on Candace Owens.
She's
And
great.
Today, when she called Benjamin Netanyahu the new Hitler, I just can't. I can't do it anymore. So I'm just gonna say, because there's some people who are like, well, wait a second, maybe she's just having a hard time, or maybe she's postpartum menopause, for a year. And
Did she just have another baby?
She was just pregnant.
I don't
think
care.
she just had a baby.
The shocking thing is she knows who the dad is. So I just
He's white.
I just that's why she knows who the dad is. So
Call me racist.
It's not racist. It's funny. See, I say a cheeky and good humor. You do
Mine
it. It's
was
mean and
funny,
malicious.
too.
You called Maxine Waters a struck match.
No, wasn't Maxine Waters? It was the mayor of Chicago.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
did.
very much.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
What? Lori Lightfoot.
Lori Lightfoot.
Yep.
Beetlejuice.
Yep.
So anyway,
I'm not denying it. I
folks,
did.
it doesn't matter what color you are. We will make fun of everybody.
Yes, it's
and,
true.
it's just a part of the show, and you better get used to it because we don't care. What's funny is I guarantee there's black people watching and are laughing their ass off right now because it's funny. It's a joke, and everyone knows. So suck it up. Hey, I have a black friend, Damani Felder, and that gives me my race card. Candace Owens, this is what she said. So I told you. I warned you. You didn't listen to me. I told you she's batshit crazy. She was broken by Ben Shapiro. The baby broke her. And you guys were like, no. She's okay. It's just on this one topic. Oh, yeah, is Jews. Yeah, it's just that one thing. She maligns herself with Nazis. She has went after the moon landing. She's went after the dancing Jews in 9/11. She said that the Bolshevik revolution was led by the Rothschilds. She believes that the Jews perpetrated the USS Liberty on purpose. She doesn't believe in the Holocaust or the number. I'm done. And I don't care about her husband. If you can't have an opinion separate of your husband, then you don't deserve to have a show. That would be like Olivia telling me what to say or me telling her what to say. We don't do that. Amy can, from the dawn of our show, knows that I don't tell Olivia what to think. She thinks whatever the hell she wants.
As long as it's within line of what Matt tells her.
That's right. Right. No wonder why you don't make any money. So she's right though. But when it comes to the photographs and the audio, that's totally different. Like when it comes to the show, but her opinion is hers and hers alone. Paul Rivera, 2110, just for Amy. Thank God.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank God.
I
That's a mercy donation.
we need to write like handwritten notes to the people who donated.
We need like 10 more of those for sure. Here is Candace Owens completely turning on Trump. And she's going to tell you, like, this is what they do. Listen, I don't hate Jews. I'm just asking questions. But why are they so dirty? That's Candace Owens now. That's the type of shit and how she talks. So she's going to say, I don't hate Trump. I voted for him. However, I'm embarrassed to tell people that I voted for him. It's like, lady, you're talking out of both sides of your asshole. Why can't you just say, you know what? I made a mistake. I don't like Donald Trump. I made a mistake. He's a douchebag. He wants to start forever wars. I don't care. I don't like him anymore. And I'm done with him. And if you don't like it, watch another fucking channel. Have some balls. During January 6th, I condemned Trump. For the stolen election, I condemned Trump. When he was sitting there grifting with fucking playing cards and golden Bibles, I said, dude, start running for office. And guess what? I wound up being right, because the moment he transitioned and the moment that he took Nikki Haley's platform on abortion, he won the election because of it. So I was right. And it doesn't matter. My goal was never to hurt Trump. It was to get him elected. Candace Owens knows that her money is no longer available for the Ben Shapiro's audience, which is a very large Jewish, turn that down, please. That light is very predominant in the Jewish and Israeli American demographic. The moment she was fired from that, she turned around and grabbed the grifting, I hate Jews audience. And this is what Nick Fuentes is on, Jake Shields is on, Stu Peters is on, Alex Jones is on sometimes, the Hodge twins, Mel Lowe, $51.99, $252.67. Thank you. Help to buy
Mel.
Amy a cup.
Thank you, Mel.
We'll see.
Thank you.
We'll see. Here we'll see. Here is
Never asked for anything.
we'll see. All right, here is Candace Owens. Listen, folks, I told you, I warned you. Here it is.
Are you done with Donald Trump, or could you see a way that you would end up perhaps voting for him? Oh, he can't run again, obviously, but would you support him publicly again?
So I want to be clear. I don't regret voting for Donald Trump above Kamala. I think he was the better candidate, certainly a better candidate above Joe Biden. But what I will say is that he's been a chronic disappointment. And I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him because this wasn't going to happen and it is happening. But I just think that the picture of
Wow. If only somebody had told you, and all those people, don't turn against her. She's a Republican. Matt, stop taking after Republicans. No, because she's not a Republican. She's an opportunist. There's a difference. Why am I wrong? Amy, why am I wrong?
I don't know if you are wrong. I don't know. I used to love her. I thought she was fantastic. I watched her show for, like I've said it like 10 times. I've watched her show a couple times when she branched out on her own. It honestly, I just didn't get into it like I used to, and I just never really watched again. So I've only seen like the clips we play here, and it doesn't sound good. I will say that it doesn't sound good. And you don't have to like Trump, but again, yeah, you can just
You don't need to like him.
You can just be honest, and
you don't have to be an asshole.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you like Crowder?
Me, I used to like Crowder back years ago. I probably haven't watched him in 2 years.
Am I the only one you watch? It makes me feel so good. I'm very
I
happy.
do watch.
I
I like Damani, and I like. I watch. I don't even know anymore. I watch a guy who's very left leaning a lot.
Really?
I love his stuff, and he's very like.
Who?
His name's Aaron Parnas.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yeah,
Is he
he's
good?
young. I don't know if he's good. He's not very entertaining, but he's very factual about a lot of things. But he's very left leaning. But I just like to hear his take on things because I don't agree with him.
No, I like that too. And you and I like watching Bill Maher because we don't agree.
I love Bill Maher.
I love Crowder because he has my sense of humor, and I love that. He's dry. When he laughs hard. But somebody said to me, he's like, I can't believe Matt. Somebody I've never even knew watched my show. She just came on today, and she goes, whoever this guy is, he delivered a line that basically said that Mexicans waving Mexican flags over the U.S. flag is like going to a job application, a new job interview, wearing your old uniform while you talk shit to the person you're trying to get hired by. Yeah. And she goes, I cannot believe the guy said it with a stone face and didn't even crack a smile. So I love Crowder because he can deliver nuance that's strikingly offensive without offending you. And I can make black jokes on here without having somebody go, oh my God, he's a racist. No one has ever called me a racist on this show.
Do you know who else does really well, who I actually do watch like almost every day, is Tim Dillon.
Oh, yeah.
I love him, and he's very left-leaning too, but I just love how like deadpan he is. He's great.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't trying to toot my own Laria, but this is Crowder, and this is what he has to say. Now, this is Crowder. This is a person who has no love lost with Ben Shapiro. Ben and him had a contracting obligation argument in regards to where if any strikes were done on social media channels that Crowder wouldn't be paid. And the way that Facebook and YouTube was going after content providers, that's like a kiss of death. I happen to agree with Crowder in this fight. I don't think he should have made it public because that's not business, but who gives a shit? Yeah. It's their channels. I love it when these guys, like if we ever get to this level, I just can't wait to get into our first freaking cat fight with another channel. You know what I'm going to do? We're done talking about you people. If you're going to sit here and we're not going to measure, you people. We're not going to measure dicks with these people. We're not going to sit here and get into some interleague, intramural freaking death match. It's not important enough to me to sit here and quantify and qualify Candace Owens' neurosis. I'm just reporting on Crowder happens to agree with me. Because remember, this is the woman who said we were going to be in World War III. This is the woman that said Iran was going to nuke us. This is the woman that said Trump was being run by the Jews. And here's Crowder's take on it. Take a listen. This is really an interesting segment.
Let's go through the examples. Candace Owens said over and over again that President Trump would send you to die for Israel, for the Jews. I'm reading her actual ex-posts. Get ready, white American men. It's time for you to go die for Israel again. If you don't want to die for Israel, then you are an anti-Semite. Sign up to die in Iran for Netanyahu today, or just admit you hate Jews. Here's another one. They tried to redefine anti-Semitism, criminalize criticism of Israel on college campuses. Not true. Most crucially, seed the idea that the declaration of Christ as our king amounted to hatred against Jews. Also not accurate. All of this was done in preparation for the Greater Israel agenda, regarding which they attempted to emotionally manipulate Americans to accept. The conspiracy theorists were right again. It was always about a planned war with Iran and a doomed, heretical belief that mass slaughter of women and children is messianic. Let me read that again. It was always about a planned war. Where's the planned war?
It's all part of the plan.
Yeah. This wasn't presented as an opinion. This was presented to you as fact. And I had many people go, this is clearly a planned war for Israel. That's clearly what Donald Trump is doing. He's trying to get us in. Is that what you're seeing? If it's not what you're seeing,
it's all
this was dishonest.
Part of the plan.
Here's another one. Our foreign policy is dictated by Israel. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. That seems like it's dictated by Israel.
That's part of the plan.
Yeah.
Deception.
Trump will continue to do as he is told by Netanyahu. Don't drop the bombs. Okay, we won't. That sounds to me like one person's in charge. And here's the thing. That's a good thing. Shouldn't we be happy about this, guys? Shouldn't we be happy that Donald Trump at a certain point had enough and said jump, and they said how high? Both sides. Trump will continue to do as he is told by Netanyahu. If you want to know what America will do, spare yourself the fake White House press briefings and start listening to Bibi. We are a colony of Israel. Your politicians are bought and paid for. Taking separate components, there are politicians bought and paid for by AIPAC, by the way.
Amen. Yes, there are.
I can't stand AIPAC for the same reason that I hate Act Blue. They support Hakeem Jeffries.
Yep.
But combining that and saying that we are a colony of Israel, and spare yourself the fake White House press briefings. Also implications that everything here, everyone who disagrees, was fake. If it seems like I'm being harsh, it's because you were told that the people telling you the truth were fake, and the algorithm amplifies it, and it made your life worse, and it embarrassed you. You get it? By the way, the worst part is you don't even get to celebrate the win. No war. Good, done. No nukes in Iran. Great. America is a colony of Israel. Spare yourself all the other fake information and know that you're going to go die for Israel, which ultimately led to an entire coalition demanding the impeachment of the man you voted for. Candace Owens legitimately told service members that they should seek a dishonorable discharge, which, by the way, wouldn't be a dishonorable discharge. If you look at the way she described it, it would be
Section
desertion
8. Yep.
over a war that wasn't happening.
LG19 writes, serious question, will there be jobs or community military members can join when I get a dishonorable discharge for not contributing to delete people or my body for the interest of a certain foreign nation benefit? I love this question. I do believe that if war in Iran is on the agenda, and that appears so, get dishonorably discharged. Who cares?
Oh yeah,
Who cares?
Totally.
Why should you go die in a foreign land?
I can't even begin to
now
tell you
have the
how
benefit
bad of advice that is.
2020. You can think about those men and those women who died because they were.
I'm sorry, 222 people on, and it's top of the night, and I got to say it, and plus the 100 and some others on WimKid. That right there is advice from an elitist cunt. And Candace, you heard me right. That shows that you are so far from the center that you are now crossing over into elitist territory. You sound like a fucking lefty, which means destroy your life for the good of what I think is right or wrong. You are an elitist cunt with a capital fuck you. Sorry to lose a few people for my language. Amy?
I'm going to defend the left here, and I'm not a fan of them at all. But I think that's almost an insult. I don't think I've heard anybody on the left say anything that she has said. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I think she just sounds a little bit, I don't know, nuts.
Nuts, fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Couple cans short of a six pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know she's going to see that too.
Oh, well, she saw my shirt. I hope
exactly.
I hope
Which means she's probably going to have this.
Yeah, the cups. I hope
The
she
cups
sees it.
on her.
I hope she has a shirt on that says elitist cunt tomorrow. And you know what? I'll give her props for at least saying something true on her show in the last year. I'm so pissed at her. And you want to know why I'm so pissed at her? Because I love her. Because she's beautiful and she's fucking smart, and she is such an amazing person when she gets behind the facts and leaves emotion at the door. But you were such an important voice for this movement, and all you had to do was shut up and go into obscurity. All you had to do was go ahead and rechannel your energy somewhere else. Instead, you grifted against people who are different than you.
We should invite her on the show.
Oh, fuck her.
No,
you know what?
we
I
shouldn't
couldn't
have.
stand it. I'm so disappointed in her because I truly love the lady to death. I really do.
Yeah.
But for you to sit here and say this shit, if she was saying this about Muslims, I'd say the same thing. She was saying about Mormons. Well, maybe not Mormons, but everyone else I would be upset at. Let's finish the rest
Pitch
of
that
this
they
shit.
were serving their country because there were weapons of mass destruction, right? They were serving their country because the Taliban, they were serving their country, whatever. And these people gave up their lives. And ask yourselves for what?
Yeah, desert for a war that's not even happening. And here's the thing. Yeah, I get it. X isn't real life. But it turns into real life if people believe it.
Yes.
And some soldiers, I guarantee you, believed it. Some soldiers still fell for it. Some are still falling for it. Like Private who is still AWOL and doesn't know the war is over, anti-Semitic Jim. This guy got the short end. He doesn't.
Hates shoes.
That's funny.
Look,
in an attic.
People make mistakes. If it was all a mistake, just say it. Serve your audience. Serve the country, Candace.
Okay. I'm going to, surprisingly enough, a lot of these conversations that we've had tonight, the ladies have crushed it. I am just going to go first and then I'm handing it off. This one's personal for me. Because Candace is somebody who I cut my teeth on in the conservative movement when I came back after 2014. And I listened to her and I loved the message because she was the only one talking about the modern day slave plantations. She was the only one talking about the existential threat of the African-American population would devalue America because the overall disillusionment with the black family would ultimately cost the United States so much money. But the level of productivity that it would to the workforce and small businesses would impact, and the amount of money and the changing of these cities would become suckholes of dollars, but become voting farms for the left. And I loved when she would do that. Now, does that mean I have to agree with everything she says? The one thing, Crowder, and I love him. There's no doubt about it, because Crowder I cut my teeth on too, and I love the guy. I will say this with no equivocation. You didn't go far enough. You gave her an out at the end, and you told her, well, if you're wrong, just say it. She has been wrong about everything for over a year. Since Hamas attacked the Jews, there's not one thing. She's gone after Ryan Reynolds and fucking, what's his wife?
Blake
Lively. She's obsessed with it. She was obsessed with Amber Heard shitting on Johnny Depp's pillow. And I'm watching this going, what are you talking about? I mean, what are you doing with your network and your time? But I just let it go. Then she started bringing in people who were Holocaust deniers, people who were anti-Semites. Then she started embracing rumors about the Holocaust and the moon landings. And she literally sounded like a Q nutter. A complete nutter. And I will be honest with you, I despise Qers because you're intellectually as curious as a fucking stump. Because you are force-fed like a baby bird and you're just listening and gobbling up this regurgitated nonsense and not even stopping to check yourself and using your God-given gift to smell a lie like a fart in a car. Candace Owens not only did not drink the Kool-Aid, I don't believe she believes any of these things. She's grifting. She's hitting an audience that's about 3.7 million people on X and other channels, and she's trying to get her piece of pie to stay relevant. Just like Steve Bannon is going off and doing one thing, just like General Flynn's doing another, and everyone's calling it a civil war. It's not a civil war. It's literally Wolf of Wall Street, and there are the people who are feeding, and then there are persons who are being fed upon. And the thing that's trading hands is not money. It's the intellect of our society. It's the actual purveyors of truth that are abandoning their audience and filling their minds full of bullshit. That's been we've already had these conversations. We did it in 1940. We already know the inequities of Israel. We already know the inequities of the Muslim people. We already know the inequities of blacks and whites and Chinese and everybody else. We've already done this shit. And what you're doing is playing on people's emotion to earn a paycheck, and you should be ashamed. So no, you don't get to say I was wrong. What you should do is you should pull your show and take a fucking vacation and reassess what message you want to convey to your audience, because right now what you're doing is filling their heads full of shit. I'm done. Who wants to go?
I need a pee break.
And your cat. Oh, thank you so
Yeah, let the cat in. Thank you. Fuck Nguyen. I love him. Love him.
Thank you.
That's it? You guys want anything to say against that?
Well, I mean,
argue with me or something, for God's sakes.
Candace is great. I don't know why you're being so mean to her.
Yeah, I know. It's because she's black. That's why.
I think you're very racist, and obviously you are being paid by the Jews.
I am. AIC PAC is paying me.
Yeah.
They're paying people not to pay us for you to make money.
It's really, that's how much they hate us.
Yeah.
Jews. Like they hate us, that they're making us put out positive messages while ensuring that we don't make our goal. Those crazy Jews.
They are. They're so crazy.
No, I feel like I'm going to watch her show, and I'm going to revisit Crowder too. He doesn't play on YouTube anymore, which is how I watch like all my shows. So he's just on Rumble, which I have problems with Rumble, so I don't watch. So maybe I'll go back.
What do you have a problem with Rumble about?
It doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Me.
Sometimes it acts weird.
So, yeah, so maybe I'll revisit that. But, I feel like I'm going to watch one of her shows maybe tomorrow or the next day just to get a full sense of it, because I really did used to like her, and I did stop watching her. And thank you for allowing your cat to come in. I think your cat was upset with your rant on Candace as well.
Yeah, well, they should be, because it was true.
Yeah. No, you said nothing that was incorrect, and I would love to have her on the show, and maybe she'd be open to it, because she was always like for the people kind of a person. So I would love to have a conversation with her. I'd love to get, like, is this a persona that she's now doing for the money, or is this truly her belief system now, and what's going on? She's a fellow Catholic. She's like a new
she's not a Catholic.
She's a convert.
But she's not a Catholic.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not.
You can be a Sino, right? Catholic in name only.
Sure, I think she's a practicing. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, is she a Christian though?
Her.
Is she a Christian? Does she strike you as a Christian human being?
I don't know her. I don't want to like. I don't.
But see,
I don't,
that's a cop out, though,
No,
isn't it, Amy?
No.
It is, because hold on a second. we know more about Candace Owens than we do people we meet at the grocery store. And if someone was in the grocery store and they have a book of Mein Kampf and they start reciting it, you're going to be like, you're a fucking Nazi. Sure. You don't know anything about those people. But she's up there for hours, hours and hours and hours a day. And I can say that most of us know Candace Owens better than we know most people. Because do we feel that people don't know us on this panel and know who we are, at least to some extent, and know our idiosyncrasies?
I hope so. Yeah.
Right. So my point is that I'm not trying to browbeat you. I'm not trying to say.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, whatever.
That's why we're not making money.
That's right. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. So
like the abuse.
I just want people to understand is that if you're going to consume this type of garbage, keeping it real, I love it. 2110. Thanks,
Thank you, Brian.
If you're going to consume this type of garbage, you owe yourself to at least question it.
Sure.
You've got to question this shit. And, it's really easy to say there was no moon landing. It's really easy to say that. And you can say that. But your belief it does not make fact.
Correct.
And she's espousing shit. It's just irresponsible.
I agree. That's why I would love to know if she's truly bought into this new idea system.
What would you expect her to say on the show? You think you know what? No, I don't. I just do it for the grift.
Yeah, I mean, of course not. But maybe there would be some kind of crack that you could get to. I don't know. You're so great with questioning people and getting to the bottom of it.
Yeah, here's my question. Why the fuck did you go crazy after you had a baby and Ben fired you?
I
wouldn't even say it that way. I couldn't. Became a Dumb Nation subscriber. Thank you, Tommy. You know what I'd ask Candace? Candace, I feel so abandoned as a listener and someone who needed your word. JD Stillwell was in the pool for a while. I'll have to rewatch Hour 1. Great show. I would just say, do you feel at all guilty and responsible for abandoning your audience? That's it. That's the question I would ask her. Because is Amy checked out? Amy's checked out.
I'm done. I have
this
a
is
dog
why we don't
and a
let
cat
this is why we don't allow the dogs and the
can't
cats in
help
here.
it.
Well, you got to stay focused. We're on a show.
Can't.
I mean, listen, you're not. Have we hit goal yet?
No.
Yes, we did. 3:22:10.
Yes, we did.
We'll just move on. Amy's bored. Joy Reid. No, that's fine. Joy Reid. No, it's fine. Joy Reid has on CNN also lied.
What the heck?
Liv, can you help me out here, please?
Yep. Ash.
It's because I have flavor in my watermelon in my water.
Joy Reid on the Iran and the United States conflict that's been going on between the two is blaming the United States for what happened in Iran. And I'm not talking about the nuclear sites. I'm talking about the extremists that have completely overtaken Iran, from the Shah to the Ayatollah to the mullahs. And Joy Reid has an explanation. And Amy was alive during this time. Olivia wasn't alive during this time. But let's see if Joy Reid, who was fired from CNN, who's back on. It's amazing. They just fire these people so they can get cheaper contracts to these people, and they put them on as influencers, and they fire them. If I was them, I'd tell them to go suck duck egg blue. Here is Joy Reid doing what she does, which is lying to you. And we'll go over what actually happened. Here it is.
Understand that the United States plays an important role in the world. I am thrilled that the United States is trying to police the proliferation of nuclear weapons. Imagine what the world would look like if it was otherwise.
Joy looks like she's been doing a little closet eating since she got fired. I'm just letting you know. She's put on a few pounds. We know it's not a baby.
I will say that the United States would still be the only country that has ever bombed another country with nuclear weapons. And let me ask you one question. Why did the Iran hostage crisis take place?
So certainly,
I'm asking you
fundamentalist radicals took over the government who hate the West.
Why did they take over the government? Why?
Because they're religious jihadis who want to eliminate Western society.
They hate our way of life. They hate our way of life.
Or
it's like a toddler.
They overthrew the Shah of Iran, who we imposed on Iran because the Dulles brothers, one at the CIA and one at the State Department, decided that the oil beneath the soil of Iran belonged to BP and belonged to us. And when Mossadegh, who was the leader of Iran, the democratically elected leader of Iran, said that we would like to audit BP because
No.
we want to know if you are cheating us or paying the people of Iran based on the oil under their soil. And they said, you may not audit us. And then we overthrew him, and he wound up dying in prison because we decided that we, in our arrogance as a country, got to own their oil.
So that
And wait a
justifies
minute,
the
no,
taking
one
of the hostages?
moment. And so the hatred of the United States had to do with the hatred of the Shah, who brutally repressed the people of Iran for 26 years until he was overthrown within Iran because he was not their natural king. They didn't want a king any more than we wanted a king. The bottom line is the arrogance of the United States' foreign policy. We act as if people act in a vacuum, and that nothing we do has ever led to the hatred of us in other countries. And I'm not saying that hostages should be taken, but you just said because they hate our freedoms. Well, that's BS.
No, they hate the West.
Okay. So outside of this, I want to cover this just for a few minutes because this is important. Because most assuredly, the English absolutely influenced the United States to do the bidding of England, knowing that they were predominantly going to rely on Iranian oil. Russia's relationship during Cold War as a huge energy provider was not an option for Europe at the time. Nord Stream wasn't built, and Iran was a massive supplier of energy to Europe. So yes, the English absolutely leveraged the United States to do its bidding. There's no doubt. But wrote this earlier today. I was going to do a news article, but here it is. Mossadegh wasn't overthrown because he asked for an audit. It's a lie. It's a complete fucking lie. He was ousted because he tried to nationalize Iran's oil. Nationalize, which would have kept it only for themselves. This would cut out all Western companies globally and push the country toward economic collapse and Soviet filtration. Britain and the U.S. didn't respond out of greed. They responded to a Cold War threat where communism was spreading like wildfire and Iran was tilting red. So the context matters. Second, pretending the Shah was some American puppet is just revisionist nonsense. The Shah and the Dalai Lama both were exfilled by CIA, and that's why the Dulles brothers were in. They were intricately involved in getting the Shah out. The Shah had support among many Iranians who feared radical Islamists and communist chaos, both of which exploded after Mossadegh's reckless tenure. Was the CIA involved? Yes, I've already stated that. They were absolutely for regime change. They were absolutely for overthrow of Iran, but that's the reason why. The idea that Mossadegh was some pure-hearted hero victimized by the evil of the empire is a Netflix fantasy, not foreign policy. Also, the sanctimony about our arrogance while conveniently ignoring that the regime that followed Mossadegh, the same regime that eventually gave rise to the Ayatollah, has spent decades murdering dissidents, funding terror, and hanging gay teens from cranes. The left loves this story because it lets them blame America for everything while ignoring the tyrants and ideologues who seize power and ruin millions of lives. The truth is uglier than your bumper sticker history. The Middle East wasn't as stable before America got involved, and it sure as hell hasn't been since. But I will tell you this, what they don't have is nuclear proliferation. What they don't have is the Shias, the Sunnis, and the Kurds murdering each other again. And what you have is a bastion of Israel, which is Western civilization, which is actually creating stabilization in the region because they are the only one with nukes. So when you ask the question, why does Israel have nukes? Because they killed Kennedy for it. No, you fucking retard. They have nukes so they can make sure that they don't get overrun. And that they are the checks and balances in the Middle East. Does anybody want to address what Joy Reid had to say?
I think you covered it amazingly, honestly. And thank you so much, Jeff. And I need the gas money. Thank you.
Gas money for Amy.
It went up, so thank you. Thank you.
Last one. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I got that out. So Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I yield.
Your thoughts on Marjorie Taylor Greene, Libby?
I'm not a massive fan of her at all. Don't like her much. I think she's a bit of a narcissist, in my opinion.
Amy, your thoughts on MTG?
I don't know her personally, but I think she's crazy.
Well, she's turning on Trump a little bit.
Yeah, that is true. She did recently. I saw her tweet.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
And it's okay. You can turn on Trump. Just you better have the right reasons for doing it. Here is hi Vicky, good to see you. Here's Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has the hammer on the oversight committee. Yeah. Matt Demo donated $11.
Thank you.
I think
Matt.
it's supposed to say Faith.
Faith.
I think is what it's supposed to say.
Thank you, Maddie. 354.20. It's nice to see the number. Here, watch this. This should be.
Thank you all for letting me have a good mental health evening. I
Yes.
can sleep well and not.
She's got the cat. She's happy.
I won't steal the cup now.
you can find just the dog is usually not allowed behind here. There's so many intricate cables that she will literally choke herself or run the mics off the table. Here is the video of Marjorie Taylor Greene bringing the hammer down. Olivia and Amy, I would love for you both to watch this. Olivia and Amy.
I'm watching.
Watch it. Olivia's not.
Chewing on something. Getting it out of her mouth.
Okay, here we go.
I yield back.
The gentleman yields, no
Madam
one loves
Chair.
veterans more than President Trump, and he's made that apparent. That's why he's working for peace
Madam Chair,
right
Madam,
now.
it's not your time right now.
I'm the chair of this committee.
That's not how
I'm the chair.
parliamentary procedure works.
You're not
Madam
recognized, Ms.
Chairwoman.
Stanberry.
You're not recognized either. You can't just speak anytime you want.
I'm the
That's
chair of
not
this
how
committee.
That's not how it
Ms.
works.
Stansbury,
Madam.
you're not recognized.
Madam Chairwoman, that is not how
Ms. Stansbury, you're not recognized.
all day, but that's not how
Ms. Stansbury, you're not
parliamentarians-
recognized.
We're going to get you a Robert's
Ms.
Rules of
Stansbury,
Order
you're
and
not.
the committee
Point of
so
order.
that
Ms. Stansbury,
you
you're not
can-
recognized.
so that
Point
you
of
can
order.
Understand parliamentary procedure.
Point of order.
Okay.
Point of order.
All right, Madam Chair, calm down. Let's move on.
Ms. Stansbury, you're not recognized. Point of order.
Madam Chair, I've
got
Oh, I'm sorry, you had a point of order.
So,
Go ahead.
Madam Chair, can we decide who's going to speak first and we don't?
Absolutely. I'm the chair of this committee, and Mr.
I know
Gill,
that,
Mr.
but-
Gill from Texas
There
is
you go.
recognized for 5 minutes.
There you go.
Madam Chair,
I just have a question. Do we know who the chair of the committee is for this?
I don't know. I'm unclear. Does anyone know? Did we
Oh my
cast?
gosh.
Did we have a vote?
I just feel like this was like a daycare center with like toddlers who we gave them musical instruments and they're just flailing about and banging. I'm sorry, but you were supposed to represent the American public and you look like an idiot and you're just not doing us any service here. No wonder people think we're a joke. This is horrible. I know MTG has a lot of followers and people love her, and I think she has a lot of good points sometimes. I just don't like her, and this is why her behavior is atrocious. Like, grow up and be a leader and a woman, not a toddler.
Amy, I found out who the chairperson was. It's actually right here. It's Miss Green in the library with a candlestick. So
You mean the gavel?
yeah, with the gavel.
Yeah, I felt like I was back at work for the day.
Oh, totally.
I deal with toddlers all day. And that was like one of the fights that she took my sticker. And I want my sticker back. I want my sticker back. I want my sticker back. Yep. That's exactly what this was. It was a stupid toddler temper tantrum. Seriously. My God. You are a 30, 40 something year old woman. Get your shit together. My God.
Listen, and I understand what it's like running that romper room. Surprisingly, I've been in a lot of boardrooms and I've had a lot of temper tantrums. Okay, seriously, fucking cat, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna shoot you and wear you as a coat. Amy causes this because she empowers the animals to misbehave.
I do not.
Yes, you do, Amy.
I don't have animals.
Go in your home, cat. That's right. Forget the $80 bed. Sit on the table. Look at this. This is defiance right here. Look at this.
I told her to go in her bed.
She never acts this way.
It's because it's not embroidered. It's not. You need to have it embroidered with the dumb show
diamonds.
We need branding, folks. We need a cat bed. So I have no problem with people trying to bring people to order, but my point is that this is just the clown show. And it doesn't matter it's Democrats or Republicans. This shit is so far. We sound like Parliament. That is how we sound like Canada and England. It's literally pathetic.
Well, Canada doesn't sound like that anymore. You got to put your Middle Eastern accent in there.
No,
now.
Canada sounds like that too, and so does England. Trust me. They'll go,
And England.
oh, I'd like to go ahead and make a parliamentary inquiry. You know, go fuck yourself. Do you have something to say? Just say it. I can't stand this stuff. This pomp and circumstance comes from freaking English law. It comes from the Magna Carta. It was crap. We had a revolution to get rid of it. Let's move on. Maybe I'm grumpy.
You're upset about the animals.
I am. No, I'm not. I just, you know, you want to have the show go forward, and you don't want you don't want a firearm being knocked off the table.
It's true.
You don't want cables wrapped around your dog's neck, and then you're okay. Everyone go fix the puppy, and then people are waiting.
Lay down.
Okay, so here is. I would love for Olivia to read the top one, and then Amy read the bottom one, and tell me the contradiction. Tell me, Romper Room this for me, Sesame Street this for me. So Amy, you go ahead and read the top, and then Liv bottom.
Oh, I'm reading the top now?
Yeah, I
Okay.
switched it. It's called sexism.
Well, let me be absolutely clear.
Crystal.
Clear. No matter the circumstances or who is in charge, I will never stop fighting for abortion rights.
Pramila Jayapal, one of the worst human beings on the planet, is saying essentially, no matter the circumstance or who in charge, no matter what, killing a baby is a fundamental right. No matter what, killing a fetus is a fundamental right.
Yes.
Okay? Because she's not talking about murdering a baby. She is using the vernacular that it's health care.
Correct.
That it's reproductive health care. So, Liv, just a few hours later, please read the next tweet.
A pregnant woman lost her baby after ICE refused to give her prenatal care.
Does anyone want to Sesame Street me this and why this is completely fucking ridiculous that this person should even be allowed to take a breath?
Because one, she is advocating for killing babies. And the second one, she's pissed off that a baby died. And I'm pretty sure that she was, if she was as far along as she was and she went on that frickin' trek and tried to cross the border, I'm pretty sure that she didn't have prenatal care to begin with. And, you know, it's sad, but she probably didn't have the prenatal care.
What else? What else are we missing in this? Because there's something else that's just so glaringly fucking obvious.
That it's a pregnant person, not a woman.
Right. It's a birth giver.
Yeah. I don't know why
And
they're
that's not a
putting this
baby,
on a
it's a
woman.
fetus.
Yeah, it's a fetus or
It's
a clump of cells.
It's a clump of cells. It's not
I
even
don't
a
know,
life, right?
How far along was this pregnant person in their pregnancy? Or I don't know, can we call it a pregnancy? I mean, they had a child, or not even a child, a clump of cells that were developing, like a tumor or what are the things called that live off of you? Not a leech, but something like that.
A parasite.
Yes,
Parasite.
thank you.
Yeah.
Like a parasite.
Yep.
I don't know. This language is offensive, and
It is offensive. I'm so offended.
I can't even. This is really bad.
Janet Crenshaw says, take your toys and go home, Amy. Matt needs to be in timeout. Don't forget the cup. Well, what did I do? I'm not the one that's like flagrantly just playing with the animals and throwing caution to the wind. You don't get to have any fun on this show.
I know.
This show is, you know better than that. We don't have fun here.
I do know that.
God.
It's true.
So which is it? Is it a fetus? Is it a clump of cells? Or is it a baby? Isn't it amazing how they conveniently use vernacular that suits them to fit their narrative, to play on the emotional heartstrings? But the interesting thing is that when we deport people in ICE, we're not murdering them. So
Maybe
when
we
you
should
use,
start.
maybe we should abort them. This is a retroactive abortion. We're sorry. That would probably fix the population, but it doesn't make much sense, does it? I mean, how come they get to use language like that?
Because they're Democrats and they can.
Yeah, they get to make up whatever they want, right? Like men can have babies and...
It's highly offensive. And honestly, she should have just taken ICE out and put Orange Man. Like, this is very confusing. I feel like I should write her a letter as a constituent of hers and just say, like, hey, I don't like how I'm being represented. This language is offensive, and I'm going to report you to MTG.
So MTG can hit her gavel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bang her gavel on the desk somewhere.
Janet Gale says, Matt, she also claimed ICE fed her food with roaches in it. She's screaming out for sympathy votes.
Ooh, I hate to break it to y'all, but y'all are all eating roaches if you eat out in public. or
Government
anything
food,
else, yeah.
just letting you know, it just grinds up.
Yeah.
It's just
and-
protein.
And here's the other thing. We know someone who got a organic salad from like a Whole Foods.
Oh, yeah. Whole
Foods. And there was a freaking live roach in it.
Oh, fancy. Was
That's
it a
what
big
happens
one?
when you don't use pesticides, people. You get
So-
one or the other. You decide. I
Extra.
want my
Did they
food.
pay extra for that? Or
I want my
just-
food organic. I want it organic without pesticides. Okay, well, here you go. Here's larva, and hope you enjoy it. And microbes that basically cause stomach issues. But if you get a tapeworm, that's up to you. Not that I enjoy pesticides, but seriously, you trade things off. What's good for one thing, it maybe not be good for the pocketbook. What might be good for you in long term because you're eating organic whole foods, that's great. But what happens? I mean, a head of lettuce can actually have botulism.
Salmonella.
It can have salmonella. I mean, that's okay. I mean, it's lettuce. You're like, I'm eating a salad. What could possibly go wrong? You could die. That's what do you
why
want?
we shouldn't eat healthy.
That's right. You should eat shit. See, this is what.
That's why we're going to go open a box
High
of
five. Right, Amy. Throw it over there. There it is. Amy doesn't need to have timeout. She is going to get a cup, though.
That's
She just
why
can't
we're
take
going to
it.
go
Can't take it.
devour a
Forget
box
it.
of chocolate M&Ms after the show.
Yeah. But she can't go on time. She still can't have a cup.
I can't have a cup. I'm going to buy my own cup.
We can have a cup. If we can have string a couple good nights together, I'll get her a cup. Of course, I'm going to get her a cup. That's her cup. She already knows it's her cup. She's
my
talking
cup.
shit. She knows it's her fucking
It
cup.
was gifted to me as soon as I brought my
As soon as you walked in and we knew
my
we weren't
giant
going to hit
orange
goal.
cup, and they were like, "You're not having that mess."
Get that
on
orange
this
cup
set."
out of there. Hide your purse. She kicks up her feet. She puts on her slippers. And I'm just, what the fuck?
did.
She has a black and white 13-inch that she put. I'm like, what are you doing? All right. This is funny. We will end on this. This is a great piece of satire. It's about 4 minutes. And it's funny. This is, what if the Constitution wasn't written and a group of people in today's society had to write the Constitution? It's pretty fantastic. Enjoy this. I have a feeling you guys will like this. So we will end on this tonight. We want to thank, if you haven't got a chance to get your donation in, now's the time at thedumbshow.com/donate, $343.20. We appreciate it. Good show tonight. We have quite a few people on. 133 on Twitter. Not as good as last night, but it's good. And then we're not doing too bad across the rest of the channels. So let's go ahead and do this. If we can have one more push, that'd be great. We'd appreciate it. And thank you for watching us tonight. Tomorrow, who's going to be on, Olivia?
It would be you and Leroy.
Leroy and I will be on. Amy won't be on, so we can hit goal. Yeah. Here's the video. You guys will love it.
I should be all set till next Wednesday.
We love Amy. We love Amy. We kid.
Hey, guys. Yeah, America's pretty great, But since we never came up with any kind of founding documents in this particular timeline, we need to come up with something that will guarantees everyone's individual rights.
First of all, America was never great.
America's the best country of all time. God founded this country. Do you hate God?
I'm better than both of you.
America's the best. Am I being
Guys, just cool your jets, okay? Just kind of settle down. We need to come together, okay? Despite of our differences, so that we can write this document. Okay, I call it the Constitution. What are some basic rights that everybody in America should be guaranteed?
Free healthcare, free internet, and a free DoorDash subscription for human rights reasons.
DoorDash.
Oh, free guns. Oh, and free brisket. Definitely add free brisket in there for the human rights thing.
As a libertarian, I believe every human has the right to smoke weed in public places, making the whole city smell like a skunk's caboose. Also for the human rights thing, bro.
Wow. Okay. These are great ideas. But what about something a little bit more fundamental? Something like freedom of speech.
The speech is entirely free? Because nothing is free. That sounds like communism to me.
I'm okay with free speech, but I mostly want to use it to say the F word. Or either of the B words. I hate my parents. Oh, I could also say...
What if people say things I disagree with? That would hurt my feelings.
It's fair. I don't really care, as long as I have my medication pen.
Looks like we're all in agreement then. No free speech. What about freedom of religion?
I'm okay with it. As long as that religion is Christian, my particular denomination, in fact, First Baptist only. Everyone else can go straight to H word.
I'm okay with it as long as that religion is anything but Christian.
I'm okay with it as long as that religion is no religion. I really hate my parents. They wouldn't let me say the L word.
Okay, what about the right to bear arms?
All for it. Yep, make sure it specifically mentions we can own fully automatic machine guns. God bless America.
I'm 100% for it as well, as long as it specifically mentions that I can own an A10 Warthog.
Make sure it mentions that this is all subject to common sense gun laws and that the only ones who can own the really powerful guns are the military and the police, whom I hate.
Yeah, what other rights should be guaranteed to all Americans?
Drag Queen story hours there, a blessing of liberty.
I'm not writing that down.
Free housing.
The right to protest as long as it's a Democrat in office.
Weed.
The right to be here illegally.
Freedom of the press as long as it's Fox News. CNN can burn in H-word.
Weed.
You said that already?
Oh man, did I?
Free phones, free debit cards, and free copies of Claire Obscure Expedition 33 for those who come after.
The right to pay exorbitant amounts for health care. The right to impose my personal belief system on everyone in this country. The right to drive my Ford F-150 in the carpool lane.
Man, what if like aliens came down and they were like, none of this is real and you're all just little toys we've been playing with this the whole time? You're a toy, I'm a toy, he's definitely a toy.
Okay. We've all got a lot of ideas for this Constitution thing, but really we need to focus and boil it down to like one or maybe two things that we can all agree on. So focus, people, focus, and stop that chewing! It's driving me insane! Everyone ready? On the count of 3, we are all gonna say what we're thinking for the Constitution, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Everyone has the right to do anything except the things I personally disagree with.
Now we're cooking with gas?
Could it not be gas, though? I prefer more renewable energy sources.
The great parody and satire you just watched.
Yeah, Babylon Bee, go. They only have 11 million subscribers. Throw them some love, please. It is fantastic, but it's so incredibly true. I just want to notice, everyone should notice that there was absolutely no black people or minorities represented or women on that panel.
They are not. They are not supporting DEI. How dare them?
I just want to let you know. That shows you, and the probably reason why is because our founding fathers were white. Amy, is it an exaggeration? Could you put a libertarian, a Democrat, and a Republican in a room and actually, could they come out alive, or would it literally blood spatter patterns all over the walls?
I think the Libertarian and Democrat would be fine. I thought this was pretty accurate, honestly. Like I mean, I was like, yeah, I totally agree with all the Republican stuff. So, no, I'm just kidding. But it was very accurate. It's a very good depiction of where we are as a country right now today and how people are feeling and the opinions that we are hearing in real time. I think this was a very funny and accurate description.
Olivia, let's. Livy, your thoughts?
I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, it was fun to watch, and I would say it's definitely accurate because that's pretty much any time we watch any type of C-SPAN or anything, this is exactly what we're watching. There's just no difference except that was parody, and unfortunately our government's real, but and then Miss Green can bang the gavel some more.
But it's interesting. Who did you guys relate to on the panel? Isn't that an interesting question?
Yeah, the Republican.
Liv?
Sure.
To be honest, I don't relate to any of them.
Yeah.
They were all fucking babies.
Well,
I mean, they were all
shouldn't
freaking
that
off the
help?
rocker.
Like okay, could you defend every Republican policy and decision that's been made over the last 10 years?
No, absolutely not.
So why do we pretend we should?
Exactly. And I can defend some Democrat policies.
So can I.
But I'm not. I mean, no, you can't. I mean, that you
can't be all Baptist. Sorry.
That's right. Right. Can't all be perfect.
Right.
But the point is that somehow we have forgotten. It's like you never root for another team but your NFL team. You never root for a team but your NHL team. This is the way we've come with politics, is that you can never, ever say anything good about the opposing party. People would flip their fucking minds out when I would say anything about Biden. When he passed the VA legislation, I gave him credit for it. I certainly did. There's a lot of things I didn't give him credit for, and when Trump passes legislation, that's good, fine. But I don't appreciate sometimes. I don't like his leaning into gun law. I did not like the COVID push and the vaccine push. I didn't like him handing out money. There's a lot of things I didn't like. I didn't like the military parade he just did. I think $44 million could go to someplace better. But I'll defend him overall. But we can still question each other. But when I'm listening to all three of those, I'm like, there's some truth about how obnoxious all three parties can be. And honestly, that's not indicative of who we are as a people. I just got a text a second ago, and you guys saw my reaction.
Yeah.
And I will not say who, and I don't consider this to be, I think this is a lack of understanding and awareness, so I'm not going to take it personal. But a comment was, you need to stop being so mean to Amy, and taking her down to 1 day a week is just horribly mean because she's not raising enough money. So I'm just not going to say anything, and we're going to hand it off to the victim.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, fuck you, Amy. Fucker.
Yeah. So I appreciate the support of everyone, and I'm going to start my own show.
Okay, folks, I think that's all we have time for tonight. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. No, Amy, seriously. Go ahead.
Seriously, I'm not crying. I just tired. First of all, I have been extremely busy. So I've been working one night and even now I'm like, I'm falling asleep because I have to drive home. And I'm just thinking I'm only going to have X amount of sleep hours left. So I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm just so busy at this moment. So it's my choice to work just one time a week right now. I promise to be back more in the future. I'm just a little bit hectic at the moment. And I'm sorry that you guys don't love me enough to support me the one day that I am here and make sure that my mental health is okay by giving me money right up front. And it's not, I'm saying giving me money, but giving the show money because I just wanted to have a cup. And yeah.
You guys are getting trolled.
And
you're getting trolled.
Yeah.
Just,
and the cat and I are best friends.
Can I tell you that these people don't have a sense of humor, and you're confirming what they said?
Yes.
Because you're not taking it seriously. Could you take it seriously for a second, please?
Yes.
Just please. I'm begging you to take it seriously, because if you don't address it for real, they're going to believe what you just said is true. You don't need to pump me up. I'm just asking you to address what they just said.
I don't beat me. I'm just.
Okay. So, folks, thanks for watching the Donut for Emmy show. We're leaving.
Look, Matt and I have been friends for 4 years?
Oh my God.
Yeah, 4 years. You're like an older brother.
Oh my God.
You're like the brother that I didn't want, and I'm like the sister that you didn't want.
That's not true.
I'm okay. I don't know. I'm not a serious person. I love Matt. I love Olivia. I feel like they're family. I would do anything for them. They would do anything for me and my family. I'm never, if I'm offended, I think I've been offended maybe one time, and I think I've stood up for myself. I don't take crap if I feel like it's crap. I'll just say that. And I do appreciate the donations though. And I love you guys. I love all of you collectively. People who are watching and the people who are next to me here and Leroy.
So I'm just going to say the reason why Amy's on one night a week is because Amy literally works from sunup to sundown, and she has a complete asshole in her life and who is running her through the mud. Yeah. And she doesn't want to work this much. She doesn't want. We're not doing that shit again. Then she sucked her kids on me and sicked her kids on me and made me. She's like, "Oh, my kids are mad at you for talking shit about Jason." I'm sitting here, I'm literally crying. I'm like, "Oh my God, give me the phone. I'll talk to the kids." And then they're laughing in the background because they're trolling me. Now she's doing it.
That's my family.
She's doing it again, mind you. Yeah. So I called her and I said, "What can we do to help?" But the thing is that. If Amy wanted to be on 5 nights a week, Amy would be on 5 nights a week. Yeah. If Amy wanted to have her own show, she has her own show. That's not the problem. The problem is that she doesn't want to work as much as she does, but then somebody puts her in a situation where she has to and raise tens of thousands of dollars to pay for lawyer bills that she didn't expect. She's going through a lot. So it's important. You brought it up. Yeah. So, and I wish Amy just would have addressed the question.
I didn't know I was going to talk about like all that. I just I'm not offended, and I love you guys.
I know,
Like, I mean, I'm not offended.
But people read into things. Like people want to create some sort of tension, and
I'm Candace Owens on the show.
Right, we're not the drama. We're not the drama team here. If Amy has a problem with me, Amy's going to just fucking tell me. And if Olivia has a problem with me, trust me, she'll tell me.
You know, as being like the bystander in all of this, I can tell you that Amy's got no problem when she's pissed off.
Oh, yeah,
telling us that she's pissed off.
Well, telling me. She's never told Olivia that because she's never been pissed at Olivia.
Yeah, I don't think
It's
I've ever been pissed off.
it's only been one time, and you guys kind of
She wasn't. We weren't pissed. We just.
When was that?
That was the other night on the show where we kind of.
I wasn't mad.
I wasn't
though.
mad either.
I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, it was a conflict of
Like a sibling
We're
argument.
just-
It
we're
was
family.
fine. Yeah, it was not a big. It wasn't even like a argument. I don't know. I told you I was like, I'm not mad at all. Like I just was. I'm just here.
That demo says document everything. Sexual harassment. All of a sudden, we're being sued by Amy.
If you can't see that, if you've been watching the show for as long as you've been watching the show, considering you've got Matt's cell phone number, which means you have, you can't see that Amy is sarcastic 99% of the time she's on the show. And if you didn't watch the commercial by the Spear family to see how we are, her family is the exact same. Yeah. So it just naturally, we're all freaking smartasses to each other. And we love giving each other shit. It's just who we are. And it's just part of the game.
We answer people's questions and it's important. And if somebody wants to ask that question, I'm not mad. It's fine. I deleted it. You say what Olivia did. The first thing she did, check the phone. So I deleted it because you don't need to be harassed for that. And trust me, Olivia will light you up like a Christmas tree because of things like that. And I love this team. Some lady came after me in chat today named Maggie, and she's an anti-Semite. And she's like, you never question Republicans. I'm like, you've never watched my fucking show. How do you know? And like 20 people came on and just lit her up like a Christmas tree. I know what side my bread is buttered on. I give a lot of shit. It's totally cool. But if you feel that somehow I'm punishing Amy because donations, we're kidding. Because she's not. She's not. But I am, because honestly, I will tell you that the reason why we hit donations is not necessarily because the people on. It's for the connection that they bring. And Amy is loved and everyone on this show is loved. But I tend to take the hits when something isn't right. And that's okay. I don't mind being the front man. But just understand it's tough sometimes because you don't want to be seen as the bad guy. You don't want to be seen as the guy who is punishing Amy because donations aren't high. Amy's not on the show because Amy doesn't have any fucking time.
I don't. Yeah.
But
if someone would like to pay for my attorney's fees, then that would be, then I can be on like all the time.
That's 1-800. We're gonna remember that 20
grand
show.
You can pay right to him. I'm not gonna scam anybody. I'll give you his number.
Yeah, and Amy Stamcombe did activate the donation. She made one. I didn't expect her to do it. I just sent her a message because I left the mod group because I couldn't stand it anymore. I can't stand fighting. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to hear people bicker. There's not enough time in the day anyway. And for us to sit here and worry about mundane bullshit, that you got work to do. And if you don't, get a job. Yeah. Especially so you can donate more money when Amy's on. Yeah. Olivia, 1 minute goes to you, my beautiful darling. By the way, I love your new makeup. It's very, very pretty. I noticed it. It looks good. Amy, you're always gorgeous, and I'm so sick of you degrading on yourself, so you need to stop. Yep. Olivia, go 1 minute.
I'm happy that you finally decided to get in your bed, Kat, right when we're about to leave. But anyway, thank you for being on, everyone. Thank you for the donations.
Stamcombe says, I'm so offended Matt isn't talking about this, Amy, just the big boobed one.
Sorry.
Amy, you got a minute, sweetie. It's all you.
I'm blinking twice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I really do have a hard time being serious. It's just not part of my genetic makeup. I am inappropriate in bad times all the time. I sincerely do love all of you though. And that's very serious. And I'm including everybody who watches our show, our faithful people and people who just, click on for a few minutes. I love all of you. We really do appreciate the donations. It really does keep everything going. And I do feel bad that I have to work so much right now. So But it's just what it is. I'm not upset. I'm not bitter. This is just what I have to do. So
yeah. And whenever Amy is able to go to, it's also driving here it's a half hour away. So she had to drive an hour here, and that's not helpful. So, I mean, that takes more time. So if you need to do remote, just say, Matt, I want to do remote.
I can totally do. This is fun. I actually enjoy. I mean, yes, driving home will be scary. All the deer that are out right now, but like, it's fine. It's good. If it's bad weather, I won't come. But
why do you hate deer?
Are
you just gonna run them over? Just fuck them all?
I almost hit a babe, like a newborn, like spots on
it's just a clump of cells.
Baby, I know.
It's no big deal.
It was outside the body though, so
just
I feel like
that's okay. They don't care about that shit. I mean, if they had their way, they'd just
was
be
it
like,
under 3 years old? Because that's still considered legal.
It was probably like a few days old. It was like wobbly. It was just standing on the side. It was mom was with it, but I was like, oh, it was the cutest.
Did it have a little gimp?
Yes, it did. It was like it had to be just born like a couple of days ago.
When it walked, it made a
I don't know. I was like,
Little nip.
I slammed on my brakes because I was coming around a corner. The baby's in the road. I'm like, get your freaking baby out of the road,
Get your
Mom.
clump of cells out of the road, Mom.
Yeah.
Be responsible.
Heck, dear.
Folks, we'll be on tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern. Leroy and myself. Amy will have the night off because, well, we want her on as little as possible.
Because they need to hit goal.
Olivia.
And I need a mental health break after being berated for 3 hours.
Blink twice if you need help. Just do it. She's like,
Am I allowed?
Is this the sign? Is this the universal sign of I'm being held hostage? What is it? It's like this or something.
Oh,
what is it?
I think it's if you're choking.
I don't think that's it. I think that's you're really enjoying your relationship. You're just like, please. That's Olivia.
Know.
She just comes on me. Sure. We'll do that tonight. Folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night. Everyone, God bless. Thanks for taking care of us. We'll be on tomorrow with a new video. And please like, share, and subscribe. This one is important, and share it with all your friends. If you could hit like before you leave, with 222 people on, plus about 100 people on in non-legacy channels, we should be able to get some likes. If we can get that up to 200 every night, it's a really good thing. Do that. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh, you have a better chance of raising money for a cup than your lawyer bills.
Oh,
Tuner says.
That's a fair point. It's true.
Good night,
We
everybody.
gotta start somewhere.
God bless. Bye.
Night, y'all.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.